I mean, I just don't think it would be a contest. I think they would just swarm the planet.
Come on. So begins the 103rd session of the Roses Are Red campaign, where we explore the what if Navi, Xenomorphs, Predator, and the Terminator all had to get into a four-way fight. No, where we rejoin the Roses as they learn the ominous truth about the Duskbringer comet and the startling news that it was a prison for the Tarask, an ancient and immortal beast.
His face says he's not surprised he's heard this.
That is known to bring low civilizations. However, usually only was active for a short period of time for hibernating for months on end. But now that it has been hibernating for some 50 millennia, its period of activation will probably be in the scope of hundreds of years, which does not bode well for anything living, or as Mirak so eloquently put it, unliving on the world. After dropping that big bomb, Reginald Coinspinner informed the group that he did have the knowledge necessary to guide you on a path that would lead to the defeat of the Tarask. And with the
One of the liches.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
Coinspinner.
Yeah.
with the guarantee that you weren't going to break out your weapons and start attacking him, he sat down to explain to you exactly what you needed to do and what tasks you needed to undertake in order to destroy this god spawn engine of Armageddon.
Yeah.
So before we pick up there, is there any questions, any clarification? Is there anything you want to jump in and talk to good old Reggie about?
Is this thing still asleep currently?
I assume that crashing into the planet at several hundred miles an hour might have been somewhat of a alarm bell for the creature.
Right, so this thing's gonna get out and start killing, nowish.
The reason that the Fulcrum had decided and plotted its trajectory for the center of the southern continent is that it's, for the most part, very unoccupied. Anywhere else, and it would have numerous large villages, towns, cities, countries to pick from. But on Kleshadar, there are only a few settlements, and they are sparse and far apart.
It's just like a South Pole Largo down there. Just like,
Oh my god!
Okay. So have you like your knowledge of the singular beast, horde of beasts, comes from ancient lore, or have you encountered something like this physically before?
He gestures to the book that he put on the table.
Yeah.
Most of the information was gleaned from this tome.
Armageddon by Jan Ulti Magnuson.
As I understand it, he was something of a historian. He gathered as much as he could about the history of the creature, up into and including its capture and its expulsion from the planet. But in order to safeguard that information, it was cursed by, the book itself was cursed by a fairly powerful enchantment. The book is written in several different languages, using several different scripts, then phonetically in several different languages, using the syntax of other languages and then the idioms of other languages still. It would take someone of master level linguistic skill to be able to read it. It took me and my associates quite some time to decipher the information we were looking for.
Shaka when the walls fell.
Okay. But you've provided a faithful
I've
translation.
had 100 years to do more thorough study, and as I said, we had a plan, but without my compatriots, that plan is no longer feasible.
What's your plan? And I asked this to get the information that you, Dan, mentioned to us after session. Like, that's what he's telling us, right? Like, these are the things you need.
The plan that I have now is that I find a competent group of powerful individuals who are capable of taking on something as dire and nigh indestructible as this creature, and impart upon them the small number of weaknesses and caveats that this thing has in its series of defenses. Getting some feedback.
You guys good.
Okay.
Now is it doing it?
Yeah, it's yours.
So we will.
Oh,
I'll approach this basically in the way that you will approach the creature itself. The order of things that you'll need in order to not die immediately.
Not immediately done.
Eloquence isn't my strong suit. That was someone else. The first thing that you will encounter is the creature's roar.
Okay.
Which the creature's roar in and of itself is enough to shatter castles. There's only, according to legend, one sonic origin that can counter the power of the Tarrasque's roar, and that is the vocal cords of a mercury dragon.
Ooh, so happened to know.
Which have to be cut out while it sings.
I mean, for the greater good.
If you know of a mercury dragon that would care to roar back in assistance of you, then that could be possible. Otherwise, the vocal cords would need to be cut out and fashioned into a mask that someone could wear.
God.
I love how like when he like says like the first thing, he's like, "A Mercury dragon." We all look at each other and we're like, "Okay, cool, cool, yeah, all right, that's well, we got that." It's like, who the fuck are these people?
Yeah.
The roar? He knows who we are.
Okay. You know a mercury dragon? You are familiar with one?
We do a lunch sometimes.
Largo just nods wordlessly.
I'm gonna roll a bluff check because I want to.
Okay.
But I don't know where we dragon.
It's very good.
Okay. A 39.
Okay.
You're bluffing?
Well, I'm bluffing, but Largo's acknowledging. So this guy's takeaway is, well, that guy knows. This guy doesn't.
Well, yeah, this guy is a cleric, and he's, so his main stat is wisdom, and it's a sensitive check. So it's probably pretty close.
Let's see.
So what, 30 what?
39. Good dice. Yeah, no modifications, just straight up.
45.
Ooh. Oh, well.
Nice try. We all have our secrets.
Okay. The roar.
This comes with drawbacks too because you need to be prepared to counter roar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like prepared action.
But as I said, the Tarrasque's roar can turn castle walls into pebbles.
Would silence protect us or anything at all? Merrick asks.
I am not sure. We're talking about a creature that is
Sure.
beyond legend. It very well might dispel something like that
Yeah.
by sheer force of will. Not
Or
by
it's
magic.
less of an audible thing and more of a sonic boom.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. The next thing is much like dragons, the very sight of a Tarrasque is terrifying.
Right.
So whatever you can do to bolster your stalwart metal against effects of fear. Before you properly engage the Tarrasque, well, the Tarrasque has an otherworldly ability to regenerate from damage. It pretty much instantly heals all wounds. The only known way to reduce that regenerative capability to something manageable is the poison from a kraken. And while you may have a close, dear Mercury dragon friend who's willing to sacrifice his voice box to you, I sincerely doubt you'll be able to convince a kraken to do anything for your better.
Largo says, "My brother's a kraken." And then goes,
Knowing that the beast has this ability, can it die?
No, it can only be defeated.
Okay.
and then it goes back into hibernation
Unkillable.
for a period of time and then wakes up.
If you somehow reduce the Tarrasque to ash, it will still regenerate.
So yeah, Gideon can't just help us. Like every couple months, hey Gideon, you gotta go be here.
Well, I'm just saying for this one time, hopefully he'd be willing to scream back if we bolster his will enough.
I think just later, not right now. He'd be saying, like, I think long term we need to take his voice box.
Well, for the greater good.
Yeah. Okay. Can Mirok take it and then just cast regenerate?
It's only one way to find out, and that's a chance I'm willing to take.
I'll loop Rick in on
Gideon
that
is-
conversation.
Gideon is very good. He's willing to do
Okay.
Yeah.
The roar, the regeneration, the terror.
After that, the Tarrasque's hide is exceptionally tough. Only weapons of legendary quality are capable of doing any significant damage to the creature. I'm sure that you fought certain creatures that, unless your weapon is magical or made of a certain material, the damage just doesn't seem to manifest in the way you expect due to the preciseness or impact of the blow. The Tarrasque's nature of diminishing those types of attacks is far greater in potency and requires a far more powerful weapon to bypass it. And then, to say this in mechanical terms, you need an epic weapon. You need a weapon that's got at least a +6 bonus. And those are hard to come by. Generally speaking, players are capable of making a weapon that has up to a +5, and then additionally up to like +10 worth of bonuses on it. but they can't just make a +6.
Kind of gotta earn it.
You do have one exception in your group because Uhtred's got the Furious Enchant on his axe, so his axe technically goes up to +6 when he's raging.
That's bad.
Yeah. Okay. So we already know one of those. Got more.
Then maybe we can
probably
check in with the king to see if he has some sort of artifact that we could use.
Yeah.
That's my first thought.
Yeah.
That's
The king. Yeah. Additionally, the Tarask has an immense array of protections against and immunities to different types of magic. Different types of dragon's breath, for instance, will not pierce its hide at all. And there's a chance that those things will reflect back at the person who cast them on him. So cones of fire, bolts of lightning, rays of disintegration have no chance of affecting this creature. And they do have a chance of reflecting back and harming the person who cast them.
Is a Tarask related to a dragon? Is that why?
As far as I'm aware, the Tarask was created uniquely by the gods. There is a set of bracers that are known to exist that create a resonance that shifts the nature of magic just out of normal phase. And if you can figure out where these resonance bands might be found, they are the only things known that can allow a offensive magic user to bypass the Tarask's defenses.
Largo didn't get some resonant bands. Largo, he raises his hand and says, "Can the Tarask be fooled?"
In some ways, it is of animal intelligence, but it is extremely keen of senses. From what I understand, it can't see things that are invisible, but it can hear the slightest sound of things moving through the air or sense the movement of a pebble on the ground.
So one would have to be excessively sneaky to get the drop on the beast.
And as I said, going back to the Kraken poison, you're going to have to get up close into some place, rather vulnerable.
What with its unpierceable hide?
Butthole.
A delivery method through an available orifice might be in our best interest. It's the butthole.
I've had to deal with adventuring groups before, so I prepared for this. It doesn't have an anus.
Yes!
As far as I'm aware, there's several chambers to its stomach, and the last one appears to be something of a sphere of annihilation.
Oh, a magic butt.
It is exactly like the movie The Interview, where they go kill Kim Jong-un, and they're in Korea, and the propaganda is like, he does not have a butthole. Like, you telling me my man works so goddamn hard?
Dude, you said The Interview, and I heard the word The Audition.
Same movie, yeah. Yeah, the Trask works so hard, it burns all of its energy. It doesn't need to.
No, even if you decided to open up a hole in the backside of it, I wouldn't go in there. It would probably be immediate destruction.
Mm-hmm.
The thing's basically got a black hole for a hole in it.
Okay, that's awesome. So I'm gonna ask a dumb question. How big is it?
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Thank you. I needed that.
Roar can demolish a castle, but is it like
Yeah.
the size of a
Schnauzer.
basketball? Yeah.
Can we put it in the hole?
It
The whole fight's
is.
just us quietly wailing with small animal.
It's hard to say. The accounts have varied in size from well over 100 feet in length to only 50 or so.
Mm.
It is not a. It's not a creature of consistent dimension. It's an entirely unnatural creature.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a good chance that spending millennia hurtling through space has changed it as well.
Can I ask, you had the power to redirect its trajectory. Was it not enough power to redirect it away from millennia, or was this a conscious decision to just?
No, we
buy
wanted
time?
to use it.
Wanted to use it. Okay.
We couldn't use it if it was hurtling through space for.
That annoys me. Because this thing could have just kept hurling through space.
Yes, it could have kept hurtling through space, but the prophecy said that at some point in time it was going to have to land, and maybe it would have landed another 700 years from now, and you wouldn't be here to save the world from it. So
That's a fair point.
Moral relativism.
Yeah.
a
that's
very,
a whole coin
very
spinner.
thin silver lining on a very, very dark cloud.
Yeah. What happened to your coworkers?
Colleagues.
Crusades.
Oh, Piana. That's all Merrick says.
She was involved. Yeah, her followers were involved. That tends to involve her too.
Yeah.
Neither here nor there. But as I said, the Kraken poison is going to have to be delivered by someone with a precision attack.
So let's get some cracks.
And then I'm going to get those fucking cool ass bracers.
And what might be the most clearly defined and also somewhat obfuscated point of destroying the Tarask is that nothing will put it to rest short of a wish or miracle spell. So you will have to do whatever work and effort is necessary to get towards the ability to cast such spells or find some scrolls or magic items that allow you to do such a thing.
Play a game of cards.
Or just get to level 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
One last bit. In order to cast that spell and have it be useful, the Tarask's head needs to be separated from its body.
So first,
And nothing can cut through its spinal column short of a vorpal blade.
and is it just like Largo tries to frame this within the scope of the world that he knows, but Trevor would like to ask the question, are we talking about we need to crit with a vorpal sword? Because old school D&D says you crit with a vorpal sword, immediate decapitation, but you need to crit.
No, if you get lucky enough to remove its head in the course of the battle, good for you. But once you beat it to unconsciousness with a massive amount of effort, its head needs to be separated from its body before you wish or miracle it into.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And only a vorpal blade is capable of cutting through its neck.
So we need a lot of stuff. We need 4 levels worth of stuff.
Let's go get the Kraken.
I mean, that seems like the first order of business. It really does. I mean, short of talking to Gideon and explaining the situation, because he's necessary too.
Yeah, I think we talk to him and let him know. I don't think we like push a
Maybe
decision on
he
him.
has a relative that has passed recently, and we can just get
And
some.
they're donor. It's on their card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we talk to him and we don't push a decision. We're like, look,
We've been informed.
and it might keep coming back. And then I think message appropriately the king and say we're looking for legendary weapons.
Yeah.
+6. Miracle talk to Marcotte. Kind of those two
Mr. Master Coin Spinner.
John Wilkes coin spinner.
And then I think
People
we
call me
contact-
the vicar.
The vicar. Oh, I know a vicar.
We contact the
Mr. the vicar.
merchants to see if they have more wrestling.
How old are you?
Oh, it'll be somewhere in the 580 year range.
Wow, that's pretty old. Argo's not that old.
I am not.
And you're like a priest. I see you're wearing. I do this. I don't know what those are called.
It's always when Bork takes over the negotiations.
Investments.
It's always
Or
my favorite
investments.
part.
What are you? Who's your god? What's your priestly?
I worship Delic.
Oh, I also am a worshiper of Delic. What a fun thing to have in common. Do you worship locally?
Do something very fratty, and I apologize. Go Buff! Go Buff! They too.
You did it.
Alma mater.
Ah, there you go.
You know his mother?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Alma.
His
Yeah.
mom is Alma. Yeah.
I worship all across this island.
Well, it's great to meet a fellow, worshiper.
Contestant.
Fellow
Delicious.
contestant.
Delicious.
Or delicious. Yeah.
This is gonna be good.
Sometimes you have to do that.
A cello and a saw.
The movie Delicacy. Duet. Fucking Warble Blade, dude! Do they exist in Pathfinder?
Priest
Like,
of
in the
Delic.
rules? Oh, okay.
They
work differently, yeah, in my game.
Hey.
Hey, man.
They're from they're from like the poem Jabberwocky. Like
Yeah.
1870.
The Horrible Blade.
The Horrible Sword. Did not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Got a crossing beast, the snake. The ginger
See, I
one.
told you. Peppers and bananas and, what kind of cheese is that?
I think the other one's just cheese and pepper.
Gabagoo.
He's a worshiper of Delica. Hey, these guys.
Nazi.
Ross's new best bud.
Well, I'm gonna ask him about our business, our bars.
That's right.
Hey, after all this Taras stuff is done, you trying to invest in a series of restaurants?
Yeah, a lucrative chain of local roadside taverns.
We're gonna chop his head off.
We're franchising, baby.
There you go. Okay, so you guys got to build one at the South Pole for wherever the Trask is killed at.
Totally out of the shards of the comet.
It's probably going to be a very I don't know, not heavily sought after tourist destination, but I definitely think there will be a few.
We'll have one of those signs with like arrows on it. It'll be like Pentaros, 9,000 miles. Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
Well,
Almost like we should.
Mr. Vicar, yeah, we've, I got a good thing going with this whole Delic worship deal. I've been making some donations, meeting some congregations all across the land, and have started a business, a very profitable business venture with my colleague Uhtred here. just doing our Lord's work out there. How's business going for you? And are you looking at an investment opportunity?
Wink, wink.
I own more of this island than you've seen.
Oh, no doubt. I'm sure. I mean, you're 500 and really old. I'm sure you've acquired a whole lot of it. But, I'm 19. I'm just kidding. I have a short, brutal life. So, I'm looking for all the easy action I can get out of here on these mean streets. Is there any, I guess, and this brings me to the pragmatic part of the question, is there any loot associated with besting this foul beast that's crashed into Earth?
That's right.
That might be the most like Dalek honoring thing you could say. Like,
I mean,
look, I'm gonna save the planet, but like, do I get something?
What's the vig?
Why do we care?
Well, no, I mean, I know why we care, but there's doing a good thing, and then there's also getting paid.
There is some legend about the hide, the softer parts of the hide, being able to be crafted into exquisite leather armor. The intense pressure inside one of its stomachs causing stones and rubble that it has consumed to be crushed into fine gemstones.
That's cool.
But most heroes are satisfied just with the fact that their life is intact.
Yeah, bored.
Perhaps a bounty from the king of our realm. I'm just spitballing here.
I mean, if diamonds.
It's perfectly valid to hold the entire kingdom hostage.
I mean, we're just throwing ideas at the wall. We're seeing what sticks. We're figuring out its weak points. We're figuring out how to turn a profit. I think those things go hand in hand.
Mirok went to the bathroom and he got cornered by Bird, who's been talking about growing oats in the backyard. He's been off like 5 minutes.
Okay.
It's really hard to actually.
You're not here for this portion, the mercenary.
Bird's just very pedantically being like, there's 17 types of varieties and I want to get your opinion on the soils.
Largo is growing very frustrated with you and attempting to interject, but while still trying to be polite.
Well, that's not that work.
Largo, sometimes you just gotta let a board around for a little bit.
The vicar, as a honcho, who owns more of this island than I've seen, and I totally believe that. Would an appeal to our deity for help be, in any way helpful in besting this beast?
There is no clear and definitive information as to which gods participate and which gods abstain from the creation of the Trask.
Mm-hmm.
But it is fairly certain that most of them did participate.
Mm-hmm.
And the Trask serves a specific purpose.
Yeah.
And I don't presume to know the mind of a god, especially not one as immensely prudent and powerful as Dalek. But I assume that he would see what works, it reeks and rots on the land as an opportunity. That is his nature.
I hear that. Who's
And
gonna?
I assume he would believe that only the most ambitious and capable would be left.
Mm-hmm. Just continuing this line of questioning. Just hear me out. Do you hold a position in the ecclesiastical hierarchy of the Church of Dalek? Are you a titled member or more of a silent 501c4 kind of a guy?
That's a good question.
Nothing official, but I suppose you could call me something of a shadow bishop.
Mm-hmm. Would it be an imposition to prevail on the coffers of the church for funding for this venture?
Yes.
Well, okay. I wouldn't dream of imposing. I never impose.
You're standing like 6 inches away from him.
I know.
When you say I never impose, Mario goes, "What have you been doing this entire time?"
Smash
I never impose.
That's happening in the background. You just like mirror outside in the yard, but pointing at the
Smash back to like
bird.
dear old Todd.
Yeah.
Like their shattered lives.
Lunch, still smoking.
Yeah.
Months later.
I would hate to be in a position on the goodwill of the church.
There's no goodwill in this church.
Well, you know, that's kind of the appeal.
Delix helps those who help themselves.
Mm-hmm. Do some finger guns. Okay. Well, I'm satisfied. And again, local chain of roadside taverns, get in on the ground floor. Just a little seed capital could go a long way. We're building a road. Think about it.
Show me your books. I'll take a look.
All right. I'll talk to Red. Yeah. We got a
Necromancer
Coin
on
spinner.
our side.
Let's go see a dragon about his larynx.
Yeah. I mean, does anybody else have any? Don't let me dominate the
No.
host.
I think it's sorted out.
This is good.
There's a chance that you all have some unlocked potential. As I understand it, you have performed some legendary tasks. You have done some efforts of grand merit.
We all have moxie.
If you'd be willing to allow me to examine your equipment and yourselves, I might be able to point out where that unlocked potential lies and direct you on how to acquire some of this earned power.
Bort takes a knee and unveils his rapier and holds it to the vicar of the Church of Delhi.
Cautiously watching this, 'cause I don't want him to touch me.
I feel like the second season of the board for me is just like, oh, I'm gonna kill you.
Oh yeah, the and still he looks like a human, and his eyes start to glow with like this dark purple sort of smoking
Go for it.
color.
Nice.
19 on the die.
Detect magic.
Well, I just wondered if this was super special.
And he thoroughly examines. So let me see if he's got something better than that.
Perhaps arcane sight.
I don't think that's a cleric spell.
Oh, yeah. Purple-eyed man.
Purple-eyed man, where you going today?
Purple-eyed man, purple-eyed plan.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Purple-eyed creature.
Oh, let's see it. It started out a little bit like Ocean Man. And then,
Oh, ocean man. That I understand.
yeah, I love the SpongeBob movie.
Is that weed? It is. Yeah. Cloud Jr. Or much extraordinary.
My friend hates me whenever he gets in my car. I play that song.
They're a great band.
Okay. This is not a style.
Well, that's a problem.
More to electronic music.
Wait till he hears Ween Goes Electric.
Is that an album?
It's about to be.
Okay.
If I know Ween, they've written an album in basically every other style of music.
Mm-hmm.
Ween Goes Electric.
No, this is just detect magic.
Okay.
So he looks at the sword. I know him. And then his eyes fix on your hand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know those too.
I know him.
Yeah, he's got like an evil dude in his sword, doesn't he?
Oh,
The tree and the thing that the demon that was in the tree on,
I totally forgot about
that's
that.
how I got the evil sword.
I forgot your sword has a demon with it.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of problems.
Shiny, shiny. He sees the hands.
That's unlocked potential right there.
Oh yeah. Tell me more, Mr. Vicker.
Well, you're wasting that by leaving it as rings. It should be made into a holy symbol.
Mm. Go on.
I think that's it.
I interject real quick now. Is he ready for that? If you know what I mean? This whole Delic fascination is relatively new.
If I wasn't in this room with a group of you, and I didn't need him and the four of you to go and deal with this Tarrasque, I would have already removed his hand and left.
Does that mean that he's ready to use the rings and not be destroyed?
Why would you think the rings would destroy you?
Don't they like curse you
Yeah,
if you're
worshiper
not
of
a
Delic.
true worshiper of Delic?
But Bort,
I am a true worshiper.
Or-
So you say that.
No, but Trevor, Bort asked, "What money will I get for saving the world?"
Yeah, I guess this
I
is
think,
the point at which he becomes a true. Yeah,
I think that is the test.
you passed the test.
Beat your training. Rule the galaxy by my side. Okay.
They will not destroy him unless he claims allegiance and starts worshiping another god.
Yes, Delic rules! Or does that on his knee, holding the sword.
And he holds out his hand, gesturing for the sword.
My vicar.
Takes the sword, runs his finger along the blade, and then comes back down to the gem that's set in the base of the blade. And he starts to cast a spell.
Spellcraft.
Good.
Sweet.
18 on the die.
Damn, dude.
41.
It's a summon planar ally.
Okay. Lara goes, oh, okay. And then remembers the nature of the gemstone and goes, wait, what? The evil spirit that lives in
It's the heart of
Of the end of the
Yeah.
burning
He's summoning planar ally.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
And then he he finishes summoning the spell, and then he taps his finger on the gem, says, Delane, wake up.
Delane.
And then he says there, yes. Well, you know I'm good for it. All right. And he hands the sword back to Bort. And Bort, you take the sword, and you hear a voice in your head. Well,
I was gonna come around sooner or later. I didn't want to be forced. I wanted to be awakened. But I guess there's important work to be done, and Reggie says he's good for it. So, hello, Bort.
Hello.
Lane.
Delane? Who are you?
Bort's looking at his sword just out of nowhere and says, "Who are you?" He's like, "Oh no."
I'm Delane, and I am the devil that is possessing your rapier.
I'm Bort. I wield the rapier.
At this point, Largo just quickly walks off to go find Mirok and bring him back.
When you
Bort,
see...
let's not talk very much.
Okay, Delane.
All you need to know is that I will become more powerful by the more virtuous blood you shed on my blade.
Oh, fuck.
So, like, you're in hell?
No, I'm in your hand.
Cool.
So
we need to
walking at this point.
shed the blood of the innocent?
You need to come with me.
That's the idea.
I think. See, I missed that part because I was
And-
coming to get you.
Yeah.
You will become more powerful, making my blade more powerful.
I like the idea that we come back and we say we
Yes, that's the nature of this.
Oh, okay.
All right, devil. That's a deal I can really get behind. We stab as one. It's a new day for orcs and devils.
All right.
Yeah. Mira comes out of that and just is crestfallen. He's like, "You used to be dwarves. Now it's devils."
I'm just fucking terrified, flabbergasted, and realizing that we really need to kill this Tarask. So I guess we'll
Both
see how this
start
goes.
with a D, 5-letter
Mhm.
words.
I'm just saying, last time I was killed.
Awakening
Okay.
Dulane does bump the rapier up to a +4.
Delane! Delane.
Is it Zolane or Dulane?
D-U-L-A-I.
Ah.
The U has umlauts over it.
You dang.
Metal. Delane. It's a +4.
It's,
Yeah,
Dulane's
it's
just
a
like
+1 to all your
sword
attacks,
dancing.
+1 damage.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna need to talk in.
Like while
Okay.
Bort is talking to his sword, you can see Reggie just like staring holes through the rings on his fingers.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like the one thing that Reggie like doesn't have that we have.
And this chunk kid is like, "You want to join my bar?" It's like, "Oh, I have. You want this?"
Plus,
If it wasn't for the fact that Bort has got a lifespan of like
Mm-hmm.
50 years if he wasn't Bort, maybe another 15 because he is Bort.
And this guy's aware that like these rings will make him more immortal than him.
Doesn't keep you from dying,
Sure.
just keeps you from passing away.
That's
Mm-hmm.
yeah, once the Tarask is dispatched, I'm sure Reggie's gonna come call.
I mean,
So now that Bort and Dulane are having their private time, Reggie tears himself away from the rings of Alanfis, and who's next?
I have a player DM question.
Sure.
Largo wants to run to his room and never let this man touch him. However, I'm gathering that this may be a black dragon giving Dakuta secrets moment.
You do what you think you want to do. It is what it is.
Largo's biding his time at this moment and waiting to see if any of his allies who are not evil take the Lich up on.
I'm a neutral.
Yanni misunderstood the assignment, and he's just butt ass naked standing there with his just shit in a pile, and he's just like, I guess I'm next.
look at me.
You're good.
He looks at Yanni and says, I think you've misunderstood the assignment.
Please. Neutral good. You have a friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Largus. He understands that this is going to be rather.
Put
Maybe.
your belongings back on. This is a nature of yourself and your interaction with what you own. You and your heroic deeds are what sometimes infuse your belongings with supernatural power. You're not going to maintain that connection if they're lying on a pile on the ground.
I embarrassingly put my clothes back on and hang my head.
Hanging dong, dude.
It's hanging brain.
I rolled low, so Largo's probably gonna be third.
Okay.
Fuck it. Moment.
Well, while we're waiting for Yanni to get dressed,
Largo says, "Fuck it," and walks up to Reg.
he takes a long, hard, piercing look, and you do get this like, fuck, I've got a lich staring into my soul right now.
But I need to battle a Tarask, and he can make me more powerful. Then I just need to go through this. And also, if Bort gets out of hand, I need to be able to handle that. Coins dinner.
Pretty cool.
It is pretty fucking cool.
You're a tough one.
Does he say that aloud?
No, that's me.
Okay. Largo's going.
I think you're pretty tough.
He eventually, basically, kind of, he takes you by the hand and the elbow, and so like that you're holding your staff directly in front of you.
Yeah.
And he says, contrary to the outward appearance, you are a small man with a lot of rage in you.
Correct.
Fair. Trying to work on that.
And I see that the staff you wield both has a depth of darkness and a tongue of flame.
I try to use my anger for good.
I want you to focus your rage. I want you to go deep into all of the things that cause you displeasure.
That takes like 0.3 seconds. So I was just like,
And focus on your staff. Focus on the orb.
okay. The shadow orb. All right, I'm focusing on the shadow orb, thinking about fucking orcs, and thinking about my friends and people who counted on me dying.
And then he puts one hand on the orb, and you can see like flames are licking out of the orb and wrapping around his hand. And he puts another hand on your shoulder.
Oh god.
And he says, "Let this happen." And he casts a spell.
Okay, spellcraft.
Cannon's Hollow plays soft in the background.
Spellcraft not that great, 26.
You're focusing on the orb, trying to do like you can kind of pick up on the periphery something of what he's doing. All you can tell is that it's some sort of necromancy.
Oh. Ooh.
And then
Oh.
you suddenly feel just like this cold finger, like an icicle, diving deep inside you. Are you going to let it happen, or are you going to try to resist it?
I'm gonna do a 50-50. Low is I will let it happen. High is I will try to resist it. That is a 52. I'm going to try to resist it. Okay.
Oh dear.
I might get hurt. I don't want to resist it, but as a player, I don't want to resist it because of the power that it could hold. But Largo is regretting his decision about letting this man touch him.
Just take it, Largo.
Okay, you say just take it. It's only a 52.
Just take it!
Just take it, Largo.
Cool, man.
It's like, oh! And I slowly ease up on trying to resist it, but I understand if there's residual effects from initial resistance.
Residual resistance.
My fucking change alignment. Oops. It would be like chaotic neutral or something. I wasn't really doing much with my good anyway, except for the orphanage thing.
Largo
You
died.
can still be a good patron of the orphanage as a neutral boy.
I can just be I can be the same boy, just a little bit more dead.
Yeah. On the inside
Yeah.
and outside.
All right, make a will
A
save.
lich thing. A lich puppet.
Oh god.
You're not gonna be a lich puppet, are you?
Oh, okay. 32.
All right.
You're not gonna get touched by this dude?
I don't know.
He
He's like,
you feel that sense of this isn't right force, that cold
okay.
intrusion into your being, and
I'm
he
sorry.
pulls- I guess you don't want it bad enough.
That's fine. What would it have done?
It would have made your staff work on any evocation, not just fire.
That's really cool, but yeah. That's what I was hoping it would do, but well, hopefully I'll be able to do that without the whole terribleness happening to me.
Is there a perceived negativeness that would happen, or your character thought that something bad might happen?
I mean, you were gonna take a couple of negative levels because he was drawing energy out of you and putting it into the staff.
Yeah.
Rock would have fixed it, but
As soon as I sensed that it was necromancy,
Yeah, dude.
Largo noped out.
Yeah.
Your balls just went.
Yeah. Sorry. Largo just huffs off.
Largo leaves and Reggie says, if you want to survive and you want to be successful, there are prices you will need to pay.
Yeah, I don't think I can handle
Port
that price.
nods sagely at that statement.
And at this point, I imagine Yanni is dressed.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say.
All right.
God, why is that so bad?
But like it's good on you as a player to recognize like my character was not.
Yeah, so dude, necromancy, he's just like, oh, I made a mistake!
Yeah.
Evil ancient lich. Oh boy. Oops. All right.
Yanni.
Yarnar. Damn, that would have just turned all of my fucking shadow evocation spells just
Like 140%.
even more real than they were.
Yeah.
That was really a bummer.
So he starts, stroking his goatee and walking in tight circles around Yanni, staring him up and down.
Don't we all?
Yanni. He's crap. Work the way I want you to. He says, I
want you to focus. I want you to resist.
Okay.
He says that both things to Yanni? He wants him to resist and focus?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he begins casting another necromancy spell. Largo, you left.
Oh, okay. I was in the corner of the room. All right.
I'm like, there, but not.
I said I sulk off to the corner, but that's
Okay. I thought you left.
no. I'm still there. I want to see what's up.
Okay. If you want to do a spellcraft check.
36.
Mirok, have you returned? Are you there?
I'm in the room now.
Do you want to?
Yeah, might as well. No, it's a natural one.
Largo, this is destruction.
Mm-hmm.
So Yanni, make a fortitude save.
Largo's. He's casting destruction.
Oh boy, I rolled a 3, so that's a 20.
Largo's slow motion running. You're all wondering why he's not running at full speed.
Porter's like, chill, just be cool.
Okay. I don't have to roll dice for this. Yanni takes 140 points of damage.
Fuck, ow. Okay.
Does that kill him?
No.
No, I'm up. I'm good.
Stop short.
So the next minute and
And,
a half, I take all the damage.
In as this like just like in the weight of divine intent crushes on your body, and you focus trying to resist it. Everyone else give me a perception check.
Ooh, 14.
32. Is it a try?
21.
For Yanni, I mean.
29.
29. Okay. So Mirok and Uhtred, you see like a shimmer go down Yanni's robes, his monk robes.
Mm.
Largo, your vision is precise enough that you can actually see like what looks like metal threads weaving between the threads of his gi, and kind of incorporating themselves with his with what he's wearing. Yanni, your monk robes now have a +6 armor bonus.
Let's go.
Oh, wow. Nice.
So they're basically functioning like bracers of armor, except it's incorporated with your monk robes. This will not stack with mage armor.
One less spell slot per day.
Yeah.
But it's 6, which is better than mage armor. So.
Also, that's not just like it was already adding to my monk level, so this is a separate armor class modifier entirely.
Yeah. This is your robes now count as armor.
Fuck yeah, okay.
So that's going to add to your flat-footed, but not your but you're never flat-footed anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's not going to add to your touch armor.
I'll take it.
If it's not obvious already, I want you to succeed. I like this planet. It's where I keep all of my things.
Yeah, man. We're gonna do it. Fort's very high right now.
And he looks back and forth between Mirok and Uhtred, just kind of waiting.
Well, I mean, I cast heal on myself.
Uhtred.
Uhtred, you want to go ahead?
He's cool. Check
Yeah, I
this
see
Because it takes me a
going down. And it's like, if you wish to succeed, then bring out the power in me.
Fuck yeah.
He takes a long hard look at you, and then he holds out his hand, gesturing for your butchering axe.
I give him my axe.
He examines it carefully, runs his thumb along the blade of it, and you see like the skin part, but no blood comes out. And he hands it back to you, and he says, he kind of addresses the whole group of you. This is your Vorpal blade. It's just not awakened yet.
What?
Okay.
Uhtred, you're going to have to remove some more heads from some more shoulders.
I will bring death.
I will bring death. Margot's like, and this is my.
Now, you can't just go out and slaughter any willy-nilly creature that you come across. It has to be something of somewhat a challenge.
6 and 1.
But roll a d6.
D6.
Rarely receive the head of a kraken.
I mean, it's most.
I got 6.
6? Okay. He says, lift your chin.
All right.
And he takes the axe and he slides it along the side of your neck, drawing some blood.
Oh, Mirok stiffens.
And he puts his hand on the blade, and like this sort of black energy moves across the blade, and you see the blood that is on the edge of the blade draw itself inside of the blade.
Okay.
And he hands you the axe back and says, you have to behead at least, I would say, around 10 enemies of comparable difficulty for you. And in doing so, the Vorpal power will awaken in this axe.
So Uhtred's got to face 10 Uhtred's.
Now he's got to cut the head off of. He's got to cut off 10 heads of something that are
Nasty.
that offer a challenge to him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he can't go like to the orphanage and chop 10 kids.
Hey,
off. That's not gonna
hey
work.
now, Reggie.
I'm not. Reggie's not saying that. I'm saying.
It worked for Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
He deserved it. It's like when PETA rescues animals from a shelter, but then they just kill them.
Kraken.
Right call, yeah. Already dog training. You got it.
And
Jedi teeth.
They're gonna get away and they're gonna start it all over again.
he gives you another look and says, "Go ahead and take, give me a good solid power stance."
Yeah.
Yeah. Like school rock.
Very intimidating.
All right, you do that, and he kicks you in the nuts. And as he does that, give me a will save.
Nuts.
Oh, wait, yeah. 30.
Failed that will save.
30 on a will save when you're not raging.
Oh shit. No, that's the rage. Oh, 27.
Did you say 27?
Yeah.
What did you roll?
A 16. Why?
Am I broken?
Did you break Reggie?
It's broke.
Can Yanni give Uhtred a surprise kick in the balls from behind just to?
Just trying to find the thing I'm looking for.
He goes to kick me in the balls, and Otis latches on his leg.
Good boy.
He's doing good. He's sleeping.
Yeah, you're on the edge here. I'll just throw an action die to make sure that this works. You feel like your life force gets sucked out through this ball kick as the Lich's touch drains your energy away, and then he takes his hand and he slams it into the buckle on your waistband, and your belt bumps up from. I think right now it's +6 strength and +4 con. It goes up to +6 con.
Oh.
That's a lot of hit points.
Our tank got tankier.
That's another 16 hit points for good old Luke.
Yeah.
Do you puke? Uhtred?
And you also take 2 negative levels.
Future does not puke.
From the ball kick? You just take it? Yeah. Like a rock.
I like to think that one of his eyes crossed for a second.
Classic.
Except this, what it says.
Okay.
Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
All right. I cast Greater Restoration on Uhtred. That would heal the negative levels, right? Okay.
Let me just double check exactly.
Yeah, I always mix up which ones.
I think it might be that heal will work.
Okay. Yeah. I can do that too.
I don't think they're permanent negative levels.
I have very good hit points now.
Each and every one is good.
Yeah, I mean, he's not trying to hardcore fuck you guys. He's trying to draw your energy out and redirect it into your equipment to unlock the potential that you've.
Yeah,
So like a heal will work.
Yeah. I'll mark on this like spell. Mirak feels.
He would gain them back from just sleeping for 2 days.
Yeah. But Mirak feels like this increased hit points from Uhtred, and that is the push he needs to be like, okay, I don't like this guy. He's anathemic to what I am, but yeah, I recognize he's trying to help us in this moment. And as he walks up, he snatches his Ioun stone out of his head's orbit, and he throws it over to Largo.
You can ask it one question. Is that what it's
I
worth?
believe it's prophecy is the spell.
That was augury.
Augur. Like, is this going to go well? Is this going to go bad?
Yeah.
And yeah, he walks up to Original Coin Spinner and just straight up asks him, he's like, can you actually do anything for me? We're kind of diametrically opposed.
I am not an agent of chaos, so I don't know why you would think that.
I'm a conduit of life, and you're a manifestation of someone thumbing their nose at life. Yeah.
Yeah. Want to find out?
Might as well, yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun.
Tries. He takes a good hard look at you, analyzing your armor mostly.
Yeah, we can.
Tunic can, man.
Learn that. And he cast a spell.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys want to spellcraft it.
Sure. I rolled one. Roll one.
Well, it's 25. It's not bad.
Yeah, that's good enough. It's only to identify a spell. It's only 15 plus the spell level.
Yeah.
25 will identify pretty much everything.
Yeah.
He's casting Speak with Soul, and he starts addressing the etchings on your armor, the representation of your ancestors, and he's addressing them in Dwarven. And then you start to hear these ethereal whispers coming from your armor. You can't really understand what they're saying, but you can hear him. You can understand what he's saying. And if anybody speaks Dwarvish, they can understand what he's saying too. And he says, Elder Slate Belts, your descendant, the Dawnhammer, is facing a great peril. And he needs all the strength of his family, all the strength of his heritage, all the strength of the dwarves themselves. He is a conduit of life. And he locks eyes with you for that.
Like, yeah. Kind of derisively.
Reasonable.
Grant all that you have, all that you lived, to him, so that dwarves may live on in the future.
Our Lord and Savior's name.
And then he taps the symbol of Mosin that's like right in the center of the chest. All that you grant him, seal it here. And you can feel like, kind of like when you do the ancestral spirit, you can feel that kind of welling around you, though it's not under your control right now. It's happening without your, your intent. And the rest of you see Mirok's armor go translucent and ephemeral, and then basically completely disappear into that symbol of Mosin in the center of his chest. And just like the vestments, like the shawl kind of cape are left. And now he just looks like a dwarven priest, not in full plate mail.
Damn! That's pretty cool. Just aesthetically, that's very cool.
And then he goes up and he does this, taps it, and goes.
Oh, sick!
Nice, downing and doffing.
And
wow.
It's gone from +3 to +4.
Ooh. Okay, so yeah, functionally,
So yeah, as a swift action, you can don your armor.
That's fucking crazy.
that would have saved me when Bork killed me,
Yeah.
or at least maybe a little longer.
That's cool. Dan, may I ask the Ioun Stone something? Who knows if Reginald?
I think that is like if you use it, it's done.
Yeah, it's
It
a
can
one
never
shot.
be used at all again.
I asked the Ioun Stone, if I let this man touch me again, will it go well?
If I let him in,
Though who knows if he's even willing to. Be more gentle.
Tones.
I love how you both have a chill hat.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Did you get it from the Instagram guy? Scott Brooks, yeah. That's where I got mine.
All right. So you feel like this chill run up your spine.
Yeah.
You recognize this as like the augury answering your question.
Yeah.
And it runs up your spine and then just like descends down your body into the extremities and kind of has like this, it goes from this like, you know, someone just walked over my grave to a sort of sensation of release and, you know, refreshment.
Okay, so good. I raise my hand slowly and I go, Mr. Coin Spinner.
Yes.
Will you bestow me with another touch? And I will still my innate reactions as best I can, if you will grant me that. Diplomacy. That is a 39.
You misunderstand to a small extent here. It's not me you denied, it's your own potential. I was only the conduit for it.
Yeah. Well,
I can try again. But there will be a price for the hesitance that came before.
I have long denied myself of my own potential. I say as I stride bravely forward. I go like this, holding my staff outwards.
That's my friend right there.
You can have
Keeping him up.
Roll another will save and hope
I mean, if you're going to let it
I
happen,
will accept it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll accept the gifts.
He says,
Miracle's gifts.
focus. And you know, focus on the orb of your staff.
I just like
Puts his hand on your shoulder, puts a hand on the orb, and you feel like this cold sensation going deep inside your core. And as you focus on the orb, you see, you know, the swirl of like red flame that kind of intersperse the shadow, then a swirl of like blue frost and a swirl of like green acid and this, you know, and a crackle of lightning. And you just feel like the energy and the strength drain out of you. You take 2 temporary negative levels, and the rest of you see shocks of light reappear in Largo's hair. Whoa. And you take 2 points of strength damage from aging.
Okay. Okay, 2 points strength damage from aging. Okay, and that's permanent. Okay.
Whatever gave you youth back,
Just
some of that has been taken away.
my strength is back to a 5, boys.
well, I mean, that 7 was critical to the party.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Okay, cool. But now I'm just like plus 50% to all shadow evocation spells.
All spells with an energy descriptor.
Okay.
That's kind of fine. So.
Yeah, well, like won't work on force spells.
Sure.
It'll have to be elemental spells.
It's pretty wild. It's pretty good.
Proud of you, Largo.
I'm vomiting.
Wolf. And I am vomiting.
And I reach out to you.
Oh, yeah.
I have negative levels.
Yeah.
It appears you have forgotten a member of the party.
Mm-hmm.
My humble servant dog Otis is key.
Where can we see him? Is he there?
Yeah.
Let's see him.
Otis walks up.
Who's
Otis. Otis.
Oh, wait.
Looks at Uhtred, looks at Reggie, looks back at Uhtred and says, "Fuck this guy." And
Yeah. Shoot some finger guns. That's what I'm talking about.
No part then. Otis is true blue.
He's a paladin. Fuck
He's
this
not,
guy.
he's not dealing. Valid.
And
It'll be an epilogue mission.
Reggie kind of cocks a smile and says, "I think that one has realized its full potential."
Yeah. This is a god. Hell yeah.
That'd be great if the Trask is the exact same size as Otis.
That's what I'm saying, just like a basketball. It's like
Like a bulldog size monster. Just
like
8 dudes
dense,
just wailing on
like
him.
a black hole, just like this big, but just nasty.
Yeah, like the little thing in Futurama. Little
Nibbler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is giving me more like Monty Python Holy Grail vibes. The bunny.
The rabbit.
Yeah.
Holy hand grenade.
Wait, that's what we need. Okay.
Do you have any other pressing questions? To be perfectly honest, that took quite a bit out of me.
Hey, where can we find a kraken?
Great question.
Is it the Kraken or a Kraken?
Let me think. Where did I leave one?
That's
I don't-
cool, man. You managed to hurt my feelings.
That's cool, man.
Yes, I'll toss and turn all night knowing that. Oh wait, I don't sleep.
You know, I only sleep for 2 hours a night now since I got this cool thing that Mirak gave me. Like,
Don't threaten me about your rings, Bort. It will end poorly.
hey, listen, man. Like, I'm
We're gonna roll.
just telling you what I got. You know what I got.
Uh-huh. With a 4 on my stealth check, Mirak starts sliding out of the room and he's looking at other party members like,
Let's get the fuck out. Yeah, let's go.
no, you're supposed to leave Bort and him alone.
Oh, okay.
Bort's talking at him.
Yeah, all right. I'm sliding out.
So, like, do you want some oatmeal or you want to hang out? Like,
He reaches up and he touches the circlet on his head, and you just see the flesh melt away, and this desiccated, black, undead face staring at you. No, I don't want any oatmeal.
well,
Or just unfazed.
Bort literally got under his skin.
Oh yeah, Bort does need to make a will save.
I'm gonna need to be.
Just more to go.
That's reasonable.
Okay.
Okay. 23.
Frightful presence of the lich.
He's a scary guy.
Okay. What'd you get?
23.
That is exactly what you need.
Cool.
So like, do you like cinnamon?
Okay, maybe like oatmeal's not up your alley, but I assure you, at the highly lucrative chain of roadside taverns that my business partner and I are opening, we're gonna have a full menu, drinks. You can stay. I know you don't sleep, but there's gonna be a thriving nightlife on the road that's good for somebody who's up all night. It's a great investment
He says,
opportunity.
Of all the pitches I've ever heard, this was one of them. Peace. And then he just
Okay.
What about Cheska?
Oh, she'll turn back.
Okay.
Yeah, he said that last time. He left the corner.
which the coin is sitting on the kitchen table next to the book.
You didn't need the book. So that book merits some study.
Yeah, I'll take the book in my, or I'll give it, you take it. You can carry it.
And he provided his translation of the book. We have that. We don't have to translate the book.
He provided you, he didn't give you a transcript. He just told you so.
Okay. And then just the original text, which is this impenetrable,
Wall of linguistics.
dark speech from the elder gods.
Yeah, it would take a pretty intensive linguistics check to really make a dent in understanding
Okay.
what the
Gotcha.
I think we start reaching out.
Yep.
Regarding, I mean, it sounds like we have a role play, but we could look for legendary weapons. Because only role play will be part of killing it, but we still need to do damage to it, so we need legendary weapons.
We do.
And
Should we just start at the top and just work our way through? Like, first we got to get through the roar, right? And then we need the poison, and then we can look into the weapons.
Well,
That's kind of how things were presented to us.
here's the thing with the weapon. My weapon has the potential, I think, to become a legendary weapon. We just need to find some goody two shoes that need killing.
You say that.
Well, I say that. Coin Spinner said that, and then my sword is just telling me that.
Coin Spinner didn't say that.
Well, I mean, in so many words, but I think you caught his drift.
So I just nod at you, and then
Uh-huh.
I'm looking at Mirok with wide eyes, just continuing to nod.
So who are some just awful holometer ass paladins that we just can't stand, that just need to die? Who needs
Yark takes your hand while you're in mid thought, and he's like, and then he casts communal languages so we can talk to each other in front of Largo without Largo understanding. And we talk in Orin. And I'm like, you can't say we need to find good people to kill. I get it. I get it. I don't like it. I get it. Largo won't get it. I think you just need to find good people along the way to kill. And maybe kill them without Largo knowing.
I love how you get me, man. You gotta meet this devil with my sword. It's a new day for orcs and dwarves and devils.
I don't want to.
Well,
This isn't me saying I want to enter your world. This is me acknowledging I'm a push between worlds.
and that's what I'm talking about. It takes the three of us, man, orcs, dwarves, and devils together. The triumvirate. There's the dwarves are the bridge.
I'm trying to bend the tone, in Aura as you're saying that. Okay, but punch up the tone. Make it sound like we're talking about really happy things.
Like killing some fucking
say it in a fun way.
That's what I'm saying. Just
Up here.
just with the
So
sword
all you're picking up
in
is
the
tone.
throat.
I'm just starting
Along the way.
Legendary weapon potential right here. It's going down. This is going to be good for us, man. We're going to save the world. You can't save the world without killing a whole lot of people. Isn't that what they say?
No. No.
Okay. Well,
I'm just saying, a lot of those thoughts, tell them to the sword man and not the gnome
she's
man
a
who's made of
lady.
pudding. Okay.
I don't want to misgender my sword devil.
That's totally fine.
man. So just like,
Just don't tell it to the fragile one.
okay. I notice his hair is a little
He's got a lot going on. We're gonna switch. We're gonna slowly, like every other word, start switching back into common
Mm-hmm.
as we're saying this, and make it seem like the spell's wearing off. And yes, I agree, boy. That's
So
the
then
right
I
call.
said to Coin Spinner, "Hey, have you ever seen dollars like this before?" He's like, "I don't even know what those dollars are. They don't make sense."
I'm glad. Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
I look at you and I go, "What'd you talk about?"
We talked about. Not all. I mean,
Just delic
Yeah,
stuff.
oh yeah.
You know.
You need to convince me.
Oh, okay. You
Investment
wanna do it?
opportunity.
Hey, Largo. Hey, Largo, look over here, Largo.
I don't have a great sense motive. It's just a naked wisdom check, which is for me a +1.
Oh, okay. Well then,
I'm gullible.
Rolling dice.
you want me to tell you the number first? Or you want to roll?
I got a 19 on the die, so 20.
I'll beat you. I'm a 23.
Okay. Well, what do you say? What did you tell me?
I'd say that Bort cannot just go out looking for good people to kill, which is accurate. I told him he has to find them along the way, but I don't tell you that part.
Okay. I just look at you and I go, okay. And I look at you and I go, okay.
Yeah. I don't like it as much as you are.
I mean, it's for the greater good.
And that's, yeah, lawful neutral. I'm like, great.
Okay. Okay. And I just
Lawful
continue to repeat
neutral, man.
okay, and I walk up to my room.
I didn't make these rules, okay? Yeah.
So returning to what you were saying, Jake, I think we can do a lot of these things simultaneously because I feel like a lot of them are like kind of like crock pot cooking. Like we need to put out fires, we need to kind of let things simmer and then get feedback.
Yeah, we are in Penteros, right? So, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like Gideon would be easy to just go ahead and talk to. And after that, yeah, whatever.
Gideon, Marcotte, and the Duchess are very easy to talk to.
As Largo's storming off to his room, I'm like chasing him, asking him to send to Gideon.
Okay.
You should talk to the Duchess.
Is that the best course of action, Uhtred?
Yes. It was so secret we don't talk about it.
I mean, the Duchess might know where Kraken's at.
Yeah, I mean, we did find a crazy subterranean lair under her castle attached to the ocean.
It's not without precedent.
Yeah, I think we do that.
So
Would scrying be an option, or do we need to actually know a Kraken to scry on it?
You have to specify an individual.
yeah, we can.
So if we knew the Kraken's name, like Jimmy, if we knew Jimmy the Kraken, we could
Or if
scry
we
on
could
him.
find a piece of a Kraken, like if there was a source for like rare, possibly illegal biological material from, awful things that we could locate, find a piece of a Kraken and then scry on
All good ideas. We just have to
enact.
talk to someone. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll send the PI to find a Kraken.
A PI? Yeah.
Yes.
You just receive a box full of water.
Yeah. I like
I
that.
got a lead.
Yeah.
Just
Let's see the Duchess. We're off.
So I send to Gideon, and I'm intentionally doing this in a very non-Largo way so that he understands the urgency.
Mhm.
I just say urgent, world-threatening, Cordesia state now.
Okay. Da, 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 da.
Please.
please. Please.
Largo.
Largo. Thank you. Do it.
With great sincerity, Largo. You got to use a couple words.
Yeah, a couple words in there.
Yeah, they're all single word sentences except for the sign off.
Yes,
On due.
with most wishes.
All right, hags. Largo.
I will say probably Yanni, maybe Bort, maybe Uhtred. Hear like a whooshing sound, like a blast of air outside, and the sound of like something hitting the ground with a soft but hard but heavy, thud. And if anybody looks outside, there's nothing out there. And then Gideon appears like in his half-elf form, halfway between the gate and the front door, and just opens the door and comes in.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm still up in my room, but I did send to him.
Are people still in the dining room? People retired to their bedrooms? Where's everybody?
I would have went downstairs after I asked Largo to send, waiting for him.
Yeah, so I think where we were.
Uhtred and I assume, are playing quarters at the table in the dining room.
With Cheska?
Yeah. Rich or ducats. We're playing ducats.
Yeah, when playing with her.
Not with her, but with her.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Same. So I guess then Gideon sees Yanni first and says, Largo called for me and said it was urgent. And he looks over at, Bort and Uhtred playing drinking games. And he looks back at Yanni.
Gideon!
So yeah, this is urgent. Maybe caught us at a bad time. There is a Tarask at the South Pole, and we think you're the only thing that can stop its roar.
You think that a fairy tale creature is at the South Pole and you need my help to stop its roar. And he takes a good, hard, long look at you and looks at, at Mirok and Bort and Uhtred and quickly turns away from Bort and Uhtred and looks at Mirok and looks at Yanni.
I tap Yanni on the back and I said, "Can you go get Largo?" And I assume you just whoosh, you're gone.
Yep.
And I'm holding Armageddon by Jarl T. Magnuson, and I start explaining to Gideon, I'm like, I know this sounds crazy, but yes, we have reason to believe that the comet was a construct to control a Tarask and keep it away from the planet for thousands upon thousands of years. And the comet has since returned, as we all saw shoot through the sky. A lot of it is documented in this book, and we have also secondary accounts that have verified this. I don't know if you can read any of this, but this will also back up what we're saying. We don't have a lot of time.
He takes a quick look at the book. It's like, this looks like gibberish, but there appears to be some kind of a effort to it. I suppose that you have given me enough cause to trust you in the past.
Gideon, have you ever heard of Coin Spinner? Reginald P. Reggie, the Coin Spinner, aka the Vicar, BKA.
I know of that individual, and the fulcrum and that they were dispatched some time ago.
Well, he's our source on this, so, not fully dispatched. Just want to be honest with you, man. You've always shot us straight.
Your source for this information is Coin Spinner?
Yeah.
No. Our supporting source is Reginald Coinspinner, a lich, and I like that about as much as you get in. But our other sources are Aelorn, who's been working with us, and our other sources are firsthand experience at the South Pole with individuals that, let's just say, gave it their all to give us this shot. Now, we're not asking you to do anything right now, and I'll diplomacy check. We're not asking you to do anything right now, but we're giving you the heads up that to stop this, you are going to be integral, and we're going to need you when that time comes. And with a not great diplomacy, but I'm going to use an action die. Roll a d10 on top of that. 6. Okay. 31.
Okay. I will offer what knowledge, what expertise, what guidance I can. If it's true that there is a Tarask, you must know my responsibility lies here in Penteros.
Of course. At this point, you're downstairs. Do you want to jump in at all?
I don't know. If anyone comes, if Yanni does come to get me, I'm in my room going, it's for the greater good, Largo.
I just explode into your room and just fucking grab you and just take off running back downstairs.
Okay. I see Gideon and I go, oh, good, you've arrived. And then I look at Mirak and I go, what have we said?
I explained to him what we know about the Trask so far.
Okay.
I told him all about Coinspinner. Don't worry.
Yeah.
He's hit.
It's fine. Yeah, this all must seem very strange to you. I'm going to roll a diplomacy, but there's no reason because it's fucking Gideon. He knows that I speak at the truth usually. So I am on a 43,
yeah. And
I say, you no doubt believe that there is no Tarask. I had never heard of such a beast, but our sources, multiple sources and strange experiences we've had over the course of the past several days indicate that it can only be this threat. The reason we need you is the only thing that can counter a Tarask's wail is the roar of your true form. I was like, I'm not lying. None of us are lying. The reason, did he tell us about the adamantine plates that made up the, okay, I explained that. I say the Tarask was kept encased in plates of adamantine. That makes sense as to why divination magic doesn't work. That makes sense as to why there's kind of an anti-divination magic field around the South Pole right now. We haven't much time. And then I just look at him straight in the eyes and I'll be like, to be honest, we either need you or your throat.
Damn, that's dark.
That is
I was going to spoon feed that to him.
the direct approach.
Largo's thinking about the Tarask and growing very scared and urgent.
You and Gideon have always had a rapport.
And I hope he means that I don't intend on ripping his throat out of his neck. I'm just saying.
Yeah, this is a unique magical component to your physiology.
And if he has a workaround, and I say, if you have a workaround, we'd be open to it.
Do you have any more information regarding this situation?
Yes. And I tell him all of the components that we need.
The Vorpal blade,
Yeah.
Kraken, poison.
I tell
Tracers.
him that due to the length of the entombment, if we are to understand that the ratio will remain constant, the Tarask, unless put to bed, will remain awake for up to 1,500 years. And we are in no way attempting to kill the Tarask, because that is an impossibility. We are simply trying to make it go back to sleep, and then try to develop a plan to mitigate further Tarask visits. It's like, we're gonna have to live with this now. For the last 50,000 years,
It's
we didn't have to.
happening.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Well, and I see that you have a lot of work set out before you. I will see what efforts I can make to offer you assistance. But I think I should go and inform the Duchess.
Mhm.
And you can tell, like, there's a caution and a hesitation.
Yeah.
He turns and opens the door, pauses in the doorway for a second, and takes a step forward, leaves, closing the door behind him.
Gideon, wait. Gideon, wait. Do you know where to find a Kraken?
See, like, that's what I mean. That's a crock pot. Like, we couldn't have gone to that guy at the last minute. You know, like, let that simmer with him.
Getting Scott. Can we scry on the South Pole?
No, divination magic.
Divination.
There's an anti-divination
Ah,
magic
gotcha.
field due to the adamantine scattered plates from the impact.
That's why we were trying to go down there. And then,
Pardon me, Largo. Would you be comfortable taking a trip with me?
Yeah,
Well, you haven't heard where yet.
without hesitation. Let's get moving. I mean, I'm curious as to where, but I doubt I'll say no.
I was going to go ask my future mother-in-law if she knew how to find a Kraken.
Yep. Let's go. I mean, I'll only speak if you need me to speak, but you need me to get you there? Let's do this thing.
Yeah, if you don't mind taking me. I'm a little short on cash
All right.
for the
Extend
Kuka
your hand.
services.
Touch your tongue to mine.
Did you say tongue?
Touch your tongue to mine.
Look, dude, do you want to go or not?
You ever seen Thumb Wars?
Maybe.
You know, Bob Odenkirk's like little thumb movies, like little 30-minute shorts.
Yeah.
Where all the characters' little thumbs.
Yeah.
That's There's one where like Ooby Doob Banooby is the thumb version of Obi-Wan Kenobi. He goes, "Do you want to hear the prophecy of your father?" And I forget, like Lube Skyjumper or something. Says, "Yes." He goes, "Very well. Touch your tongue to mine." What? Touch your tongue to mine. But anyway, yeah. So we bloop out of existence and end up wherever you tell me you want to be that we've been before in the Nukiri Empire.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Okay.
I get a 62.
Yeah, I guess wherever we are, I'll just try to find someone to grant us an audience with the Empress.
With Mommy Dearest.
Alice?
Yeah.
And in an appropriate place to be where guards won't be like, "Hey, who are you?"
Oh, the courtyard outside.
Never should have come here.
Actually, before we do that, there was a week of downtime that happened leading up to Reginald showing up.
Yeah.
I did want to touch on this a little bit with Yanni. During that week, you spent a good bit of that time in the Nokiri Empire, trying to research or get whatever information you could get from there before it was dumped. The answers that you were seeking were dumped in your lap. In that time, you were trained in how to use the gate rod. You know how to use it yourself. So you don't necessarily need Largo to help you.
Interesting.
Yeah, we can totally retro that if you.
Okay. If Largo, you're more than welcome to accompany me. You've teleported me plenty of times, but I got a feeling you don't want to go here.
I mean, if you can get yourself there, Largo would prefer not to go.
Yep, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there was training on that. There was some like briefing on what your expected role would be as the king consort. Like they were just you did some research. They were sending some sages to go look shit up for you. And, in the meantime, you were talking to your fiance, being trained on how to use the rod, being taught about, the Nokiri Empire and the House of the Onyx Serpent and all that other shit.
That's fun. Cool, yeah.
So you go, and you want to go have an audience with the Empress.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to catch them up. We know it's a Tarask, and we know we need these materials.
His dark
Yeah.
She says there might be something. The Stone Tiger clan has a ritual that we've heard of. That when a great warrior is needed, one can be tested in a trial and prove worthy of an immense power. Perhaps that might be something that you can pursue. We'll reach out to the Stone Tiger clan and see if we can set something up along that vein. Basically, in answer to your bringing up the need for epic weapons.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the Kraken is concerned, they send somebody off to, go do some research or check with the guy who might know something about it. And after a couple of hours, the guy does come back and say there was a bit of information about the Toromar Islands that are not far off the west coast of Nokiri, and to the east of the Astalon Sea from Penteros. That there is an area in that vicinity that the shipping paths and are supposed to avoid, as several ships have wrecked, supposedly drugged to the depths by some massive creature. Nice.
Okay, good. I mean, not good that people are dying, but good that we have a lead to find a Kraken.
Do we want to pursue? I like Yanni's idea. Do we want to pursue these with these relationships we built? Like we have the King of the Intel Empire, we have Cass. We could kind of hit these places up and kind of touch on some of the topics.
Yes, I think we can update all of our
Underdark.
She said never to contact her again. Is that what happened? Like that's what
You said if you contact me again, I'll send assassins.
Yeah.
So last time there was assassins, it didn't go well.
I don't know if we can contact the Underdark in a way that would prevent that, and also, I'm sure and fuck them kids about Underdark.
It's reasonable. I'm just.
Now, if you want to go get some kobolds,
I was just thinking about the book. There's this 500-year-old witch who was like, I spent 100 years trying to translate this with my people, but we know that there's this 1,000-year-old witch in the Underdark who's this bad ass. And if there's somebody who could maybe translate the thing.
I totally agree. I think that's
Right, but the book is like 50,000 years
Just throwing
Yeah,
slices of
I mean,
American cheese at the wall.
Yeah, it's
Just
like
see
Old English is closer to like Anglo-Saxon Old English, you know? It's like it's not there, it's closer.
Maybe it like is a factor of which age scale that ramps exponentially. Like
Yeah, I do like that. I just don't know how we contact on that or
without sending. Hey, we know you send no contact, but don't consider this contact. Like
Yeah. Like we just show up in the city. Like, we just need to talk to her for like a minute.
it's not contact. Okay, yeah, it's reasonable. Scratch that.
If it moves as a result of contact, that is the test.
What do you mean?
It's a Seinfeld.
Remember that one?
It moved.
When
George.
it moves. If it moves as a result of contact.
George gets
Talking about
massage from a male.
A male.
Ah,
All right,
yeah.
Everything's
So yeah, I think we farm the information trees as much as we can. So we hit up Aelorn, we hit up the king, we hit up
The Dane.
the Dane of Cass. And is that it?
We didn't make a lot of friends on our journeys.
And let's go through the list of things we need again.
You made a lot of friends. Just some of you made when you were low level, and they're not really useful at this scope of stuff.
We need
So Laura's not going to give you any great, help on this one. Your contacts with the Gatian shields are not up to task on this stuff.
It's the things we did, Helen. I mean, we don't need to touch on the roar. Because we haven't. But preventing fear from its terrifying sight, that is something we really don't have a clear idea of how to prevent. The poison of the Kraken is a very specific ask. Only legendary weapons. Sorry, go ahead.
No, tell me.
Legendary weapons. The bracers. That could be a good Aelorn question.
The bracers are good Aelorn question. They're also a good interplanar traveling merchant question.
That guy. Yeah, we should reach out to that guy. What was his name? I'll say Zort.
It's a good intro.
I don't know if he had.
I think he was the race of them was called something. Mercane. So we do need to talk to the Mercane. The fear thing is we need to bolster our will saves.
Well, Uhtred's immune to fear.
Uhtred's immune, and the rest of us will need to bolster the will save. So maybe we could talk to the Mercane about like an extreme wisdom potion.
Can I just close my eyes? If I can't see it, I'm not afraid of it.
Yeah.
Presence, it's not.
No, just the awareness that it's there. All right.
Puts out a vibe.
Yeah.
But
Even when Ripley has her eyes closed and she's looking like this, she's still terrified of the fucking alien.
Yeah, I just assumed like Yarok didn't have object permanence.
Sure.
It's gone.
He's basically like a 3-year-old as far as dwarves are concerned.
Yep.
So yeah, but I think the Mercane is that's worthwhile, right? Because they might be able to provide us with the bracers.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
However, we will need to come up with something to trade them. And they don't give a fuck that there's a Tarrasque on our plane. They don't care.
Mm-hmm.
So we will have to give them something of equal value. I would like to give them Bort's rings, but I'm sure that he will not part with them.
I will not.
Should Bort be putting some effort into making that into a symbol of?
They are
To
symbols. I just need to declare them.
To take Bort's rings, you are guaranteeing you'll die.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna
as-
die.
If you have the rings, there's a possibility that you live forever. So I'm just saying, like, Largo, like, that's a consideration. Like, your friend will die.
friend.
What's your friend? Or was your closest friend for, like, most
We're
of the
friends.
campaign?
And then I realize now he is just nothing but a vessel for greed and evil.
And you chose him as your friend.
Well, now
Because
I'm
you're a haughty, angry man.
evaluating.
You're my friend.
No, you were the most simpatico with him. You were both chaotic.
Largo's having an emotional moment.
I just think
When is Largo not having an emotional moment?
At no time.
You're my friend.
Thanks for that, Bort. I don't think I trust you, but thanks for that.
You can totally not trust him.
Mm-hmm.
I'll remind you too
Bort's just a
that
friend that I'll never trust.
one of the things that comes with completing the symbol of from the Rings of Alanfist is that
the bearer knows the location of a portal to the plane of greed and ambition.
So could we put the Tarask in the plan? of
I mean,
ambition?
I could just talk to Delic.
Maybe. No, and I'll I don't know if this will come up, but we can kind of nip it in the bud. The Tarask is bound to this plane. You can't send him
You can't
to
plane
another
shift
one.
it, yeah.
That's why they sent him into space. That's still technically this plane.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you try to plane shift him or somehow push him into it, he will rip through the planar barrier to get back to the prime material.
We probably just made a bunch more enemies.
And that's the kind of hole that one of those Lakshara inevitables shows up to ask questions.
Time comes. Yeah, I think, do we want to like divvy this up? Do certain people want to go certain places, investigate certain things?
I mean, I'll talk to Aborn.
I'll go to the Kraken.
I'll go to Cass. You might want to make your little claymation project, your little holy symbol
Yeah.
with your Sculpey.
The rings are the holy symbol.
But you put them in the thing and then you get the.
You have to orient them in a symbol of Delic, which is 4 interlocked gold rings on a black background. You have to have that black background be made of black gold. And that's part of the whole thing of manifesting the full power of the artifact.
I mean, that's what the dude said. That was your unlocked potential.
Yeah, you got to do that.
I mean,
Says Trevor. Largo says, never do
you
that.
gotta do it. Yeah. Port's all about that shit. I mean, I don't know if I have to do it to do this mission.
I think you should do it definitely before we fight the Tarask, but yeah, you don't have to do it right now.
I mean, it's going to make me immortal in the sense that I won't like die of natural causes, but I'll just die from getting murdered by this like apocalyptic hellbeast.
Yeah, I'm thinking of it from the meta position of like this guy was like, here's a sword that's more powerful, and also you have these fucking rings. Like,
Right, because it does more than just.
you
I
can,
mean, I
like,
guess-
fly and do a bunch of other shit.
I'll need to, then go to the plane of greed.
Become attuned to the Avarice Gate, know its location, and can open and close the gate to the plane of ambition at will.
Okay.
As long as the gate remains intact, the wearer does not age and has no need for food or water. In addition, they can fly at a speed of 60 feet with perfect maneuverability and gain fast healing 10.
Oh yeah.
I really, really like that last one.
That's really good. Okay, yeah, Bort's gonna work on that. The past week retconning that Yanni just figured out where the staff was.
we talked a lot about what Mirok and Largo did during that week, but if there's something, and I texted this, but no one said anything.
It's true.
So
I didn't want to say anything.
what were you doing for a week while your eggheads were reading?
I was also heading down in the basement with our resident witch, studying poison and the application of poison and what poisons do. Because the real, I have a child's experience with poison, aka just murdering your father and his friends with poison. But I need an adult's experience with poison.
If you want, I will say that over that week, you can switch out one of your rogue talents with poison use.
Cool.
You want to retrain one of your rogue talents?
Yeah, I think I better.
Okay. Pick one.
I'm going to give up the old minor magic mage hand.
You can't do that. You need minor magics to have major magic.
No. Nerds. Technicality. Damn. Well, slippery mind it is.
Okay.
I guess.
What does slip remind you?
I just got it. I've never used it. It's
It allows them to re-roll will saves.
Well, 9 lines will cover that.
Yeah, but this would allow him to do it again.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Merrick has a spell that would at least mitigate losing that somewhat.
okay. Okay, Dan, is Trap Spotter, does it just give me the added perception to spotting traps? Is that all of it?
I can't imagine a perception check in which Bort doesn't ask if it's a trap, though.
Well, I'm still going to ask, don't you fret, but it increased because my perception bonus is
So Trap Spotter allows him, like, basically, if he comes within 10 feet of a trap, he gets a perception check. So it's like if he doesn't look for traps, but he still walks near one, he automatically gets a perception check. It makes it a passive thing as opposed to an active thing.
I feel like I've just gotten mind controlled so many times. It would just be, and it's really been the downfall. All right,
Yeah.
you know, I'm gonna do I'm gonna forfeit Trap Spotter and take handle poison. Understand poison use.
I believe.
I'll double check since I've got it pulled up.
Is the poison use? You are training the use of poison. You can't accidentally poison yourself when applying poison to a weapon.
Fuck yeah. That would be bad. Okay.
That would be very bored.
It would.
I'll do that, Dave.
Is the enhanced like trap spotting perception a function of being a rogue?
Yep.
Gotcha. All right, so it stays. I'll still ask if it's a trap, Yanni. Don't you fret.
There we go.
All right, so that's Bort's downtime. Is Uhtred doing anything with his downtime?
Yes, she is. She is training vigorously.
Yeah, but
Two completely cohesive bands.
is everybody feeling good on slices?
Yeah.
What kind of training are you doing, Uhtred? Are you doing 12-ounce curls?
That is mixed in with the training.
All kegels.
He's got the 45-pound plate on just a lanyard around his neck, and he's just doing this. He's just doing straight like Henry Rollins neck.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So retraining a rogue talent takes 5 days. And it costs I think it costs 10 times your level times the number of days in gold.
10 times your level is 160, so 160 multiplied by 5.
800.
800, yeah. I'll front cash for that.
I accept.
Damn it!
You said it. All right, too late.
Yeah, Uhtred, if you want, you could. It takes 3 days to retrain a hit point. You can do 6 days to gain 2 hit points. That would be 960 gold.
I give you 400 gold pieces, and I say,
Yeah.
you do the rest. I'm sorry, I don't have more.
Somehow I'll find a way. Thank you, Merrick.
I now have not a lot of money.
I'm loaded.
Yeah, figured.
Bort,
Yeah.
I need money for my workout, creatine.
Creatine.
When was the last time you stopped by our legitimate business here at Venturos and found out what our profits were? Your name's on the door. Go collect your money.
But you take care of the books. That's why I come to you for my monies.
Let's go have a pint and talk to our bookkeeper.
Sounds good.
Use it now.
Mm-hmm.
So I gained 2 hit points because I have the money, but I want it from the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I want more money is what I'm saying.
It's making decent money, but it's not level 16 adventure money.
Well, I got 1,900 on me right now.
Man.
They don't have a single gold piece.
You're
Yeah.
a monk.
But you have a favor from Dakuta.
I do. And that's worth, yeah, I don't even know what that's worth. I'm excited to use it.
Okay.
Yeah, favor from a 17-year-old.
If you're any fucking older.
He's like
At
25.
that age, Mirak absolutely would believe he's so much older and more mature. Is he 25?
It's like what's that from Avatar, The Last Airbender? It's like you're just a kid. It's like, so you're just a teenager. That's what's going on there.
Yeah, I'm still unpacking the fact that like Dakuta becomes Batman later on.
Well, no, that's alt universe Dakuta, right? So
Yeah, that's only if really bad things happen. And really bad things are not going to
I
happen.
just wonder in that alternate universe how Mirak and him got back together.
I mean, Godric wanted to be Batman.
God bless him, he
Do
did.
you think how's Godric doing? I'm going to send to Godric.
Oh, don't.
I'm gonna
oh, Bort, there's your goody two shoes.
Oh, Godric.
Yeah.
Look,
I mean, see how he's doing.
we
He
followed
seems
tough times.
really depressed. Maybe
Yeah.
he wants to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't been by Houndsons for a while to pick up the proceeds. It's about 200 gold pieces.
Nice.
I give Uhtred 100 of the gold pieces, even split, 50-50, just like we always do business.
He looks at it, he's like, this is not good. this is bullshit.
And I take 100 of those gold pieces.
This is profit.
What do we got at the mine cart?
And I generously, what's the staff looking like these days? Everybody's cool, everybody's satisfied?
Yep.
Yeah, we gotta make sure they're all taken care
How
of.
many we're doing well, we've hired on some people, we've got army and
Please let's not get into
Okay.
this. We got way bigger shit going on.
So I tip everybody a gold piece
Okay.
as a bonus.
All right. It's like 20 gold pieces.
Great, perfect. Just I'm accounting here, Dan. I'm trying to be a big player in the Church of
Okay.
Delic. I gotta get these accounts squared.
Sure.
Okay,
Your spreadsheet.
spreadsheet.
Delicate like
Right here,
spreadsheet.
Delic loves that Excel, baby.
So Uhtred, you got the money to spend for 960 to get 2 more hit points?
Yeah, I'm down to. I have. I have 940 gold pieces left.
Okay.
Well, actually, plus 100 for this, got 100. Tim,
Okay. All right. So that's everybody's downtime.
Cool.
I have a lot of hit points.
What's your number now?
Regular Uhtred is 270, and then big giant Uhtred is 366.
God damn, dude.
God.
That's like big bad boss guy style.
Beefy boy.
Fuck.
Yes, yeah.
Hey, Uhtred, let your good friend Yanni hold a gold piece.
That means if you heal him twice, he still isn't full.
I know. Yeah. I was just looking. Oh my god, that's 130 hit points above Mirag's cap. That's so cool.
And then raging to Uhtred is 334.
That's still really good, yeah. That's exactly 100 above Spherock.
Dang.
Bort's got a lot of gold, no hit points.
Yeah,
I've got more hit points than Bort.
you do.
Bort has 45 hit points.
Basically.
It's
No.
a miracle he's made.
For all
it.
intents and purposes,
Yeah.
for some of the demons that we battle, Bort has 3 hit
Bort got
points.
hit. Well, we leave him.
You told us that we can leave him.
Avenge me.
See, that's him saying that we can leave him.
Yeah,
Just as long as you avenge him later.
yeah, that's exactly. You can't avenge if we don't leave first.
Yeah, exactly. You need to go leave and stew about it.
Just gonna take these rings.
Fast healing.
Well, I can't use them. Oh, it's sell them. Recoup all my losses.
I will shed 2 Reginald coins.
Yeah, sell that for like 1,000 platinum.
Oh, we're calling them plat
I
now?
always want to.
Energy.
Okay, what about like? Okay, we got cop, we got sill, we got gold, we got
Plat, G's,
Jeez.
Siggies.
Okay.
Run me a couple ciggies.
And
Yeah.
cops.
I think I had cops.
Coppers. And fucking shrapnel.
Bookshot.
Uh-huh. Bingo. We're in Penteros also.
Yeah.
Just hanging.
Let's just, yeah, we should probably talk to Marcotte. Mirak wants to go to Cass.
Let's think. Okay, rubies, those are rubs.
Rub one out.
Yeah.
Rub.
Diamonds, that's a dirty D.
Dingoes.
Then they're cheap.
Uh-huh. AC diamond pieces.
Emeralds are M&Ms.
So I guess sapphire. What would that like a sappy?
Sapphire would be like blueberries.
Oh, blueberry.
Blues.
Bloob.
It's all blueberries.
We're just figuring out what Bort calls different forms of currency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thieves slang.
Well, there was something about Largo going to see Alor, and you wanted to go talk to Marcotte.
I would rather go to Cass if Blarg wants to talk to Marcotte. But I can talk to Marcotte.
I can do both Aorn and Marcotte. Does anyone need teleportation services?
Probably for Penter or Cass, yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Let me always go everywhere with everyone.
Yeah,
All right, well,
he's
let's
doing
say
that.
Largo
I'll
sends
go
you to
Marcotte.
Cass. Go on.
I go to Cass? Okay, great. I'm in Cass. I asked for an audience with the Dane. Okay.
That is arranged.
Cool. I catch Dane up on all the bullet points for getting all the nobles. It's landed, here's its capabilities, here's the things we're looking for. And besides the bracers, Kraken, legendary weapons. And I will wait for an answer before I can.
Okay.
Looks like Largo has cast wild shape into a cat.
Yep. Yep. He's a druid now. That's the druid.
He's holding his place.
That guy, yeah, I think it just likes the butt warmth.
That's his deal.
Yeah. Every time I get it, it's not.
So they
No, don't run the kitty off.
he won't fall off. You got to push him.
Theodore!
Cast it into the flame. It's illegal.
Let's see how long it's gonna wiggle on there.
So the king says there's a chance we might be able to acquire a legendary weapon,
Yeah.
but we'll have to. You know the nature of dwarves. If one exists and it's in the possession of one of the houses, they'll be loath to give it up to someone who's not one of their own. And we're obviously, given the information you shared, we would be the first stop on this creature's path.
Yes.
So we are going to make every effort to fortify Cass and prepare it for whatever hell may come.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, but is that of the things mentioned, that's the only thing he has like a lead on his legendary weapons?
He doesn't know any Mercury Dragons.
No Krakens.
Fear immunity. Yeah, they know all about Krakens here.
Yeah.
He doesn't know, like, he'll pass along the stuff about the resonance bands, but
Yeah.
you know, dwarves and arcane magic really aren't the tightest.
Oh yeah, totally all good.
So like epic weaponry is kind of the closest thing up his alley. He's gonna put out feelers, ask some questions, see if there's any way he can get his hands on a legendary weapon or a Vorpal sword or axe or something like that.
Cool. Okay, yeah. Merrick thanks him, and then with the second reason he's here, he agrees like this is the closest civilization to this thing that ends civilizations. And Mirok humbles himself before the king and really emphasizes that he would not suppose to tell the king any actions to take, but he strongly encourages the king, if we are the front line, and if Cass should be destroyed or laid waste, Mirok encourages him, this thing eats civilizations. It doesn't have to eat them all in one go. It might be worthwhile to send seeds of Cass somewhere else. So he's basically encouraging, like, send X number of like important families to Tarnal. And he's not doing this like selfishly, just like from a true dwarven level, like, don't put all your eggs in this basket if it goes sideways.
There are other towns, maybe Tarnal.
It's the only dwarven town.
I understand. You know the nature of dwarves and our stubbornness. I will make the case. I do not think there will be many takers.
That's fine. That's all Merrick wants to do is just
And
provide
as
that.
far as the Scale Reaver clan, we're bound to these halls.
Yeah.
Can't leave. And there are Scale Reavers out there.
Okay.
Who are not residing in Cass, as you
That's-
well know.
That's Merrick's main goal. He just doesn't want all of Cass to go away, and then it's just let's go.
Scale Reaver is a part of the group.
Yeah.
Goes without saying, anyone that moved to Tarnholm would be required to pay taxes, probably up front upon arrival.
And go.
Paid directly to the mayor.
We don't pay taxes. No. Okay, cool. That's all Merrick wanted to touch on. So after that, he's good to board back to Penteros.
All right.
Okay, then you wanted to speak to Alor?
I do. I can make it quick. I'm going to tell him about everything. I'm going to ask him about the bracers, Vorpal sword, epic, and Kraken.
You tell him about Reggie.
He had that conversation with me about fucking Bort, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
sorry, you guys weren't privy to that.
No.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking
yeah, I did.
Okay.
No, I just I
You know that scene in the Fellowship of the Ring where
Yes.
Frodo offers the ring to Gandalf and he grows large and dark and ominous.
Yeah.
When you mentioned Coin Spinner.
Yeah.
Ooh, frenemies.
Understandable.
And he comes back to takes a deep breath and says, "I'll see what I can find about those bracers. I think I've heard of them. I'll see if I can find where I heard and if I can delve deeper into the information I've come across. I don't know anything. I don't. I've heard stories of legendary weapons and whatnot, but I don't have any strong leads on any of them. Similar to that Vorpal blade. I thought that was a legend.
It may well be.
We're over the edge.
And then I
That's
say-
what I'm talking. It's made up.
I say ominously, let us hope this evil does not consume us all. And I insinuate that I'm not talking about the Trask. And then I make my leave.
Oh, dear.
All right. Then
Making deals
Largo
with the devil.
and Mirok wanted us to talk to
Markup.
Mark.
Yeah.
Same thing. You want to do some role play?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I said you go in first, so you take the lead.
I have the book in my hand, and with a 49 diplomacy, I'm now realizing I approach the assistant librarian. And say,
Who you last time you were here? It was a half elf woman.
Yeah.
It's now a human man.
Okay. Say, Markup, please. And he's just like so fucking shy. He's like, oh my god, that is so funny.
He leans over the counter and looks down at you. He's like, "Are you Largo?"
I go, and I go, yes.
You do that to me.
Mhm.
Do you say anything or you just make whisper fingers?
Yeah, it's just fake.
Oh, then yeah, Merrick's not like good at improv, so Merrick just kind of doesn't do anything.
That's just Pillars of Mosen.
He just doesn't.
So
Yes, let's go.
he reaches his hand over the desk. And,
I vigorously shake it.
it's a pleasure to meet you. I'll get Mark out right away.
Cool. And
Heads
while
off
we're
into the
waiting,
back.
I'm just I look at you and I say, bored.
Do you want to ask about who's Matt?
Just evil. I'm scared.
Yeah,
I'm not here.
yeah.
I don't know.
And then I start talking to you in Orin, and I make you understand Orin, and we're just.
Okay, that's I like that.
Marcotte comes.
Sneaky and invisible.
Marcotte comes out, and the two of you are like,
Very cool.
Oh,
very cool thing to do.
Air one.
Yeah. Very cool.
Again,
thing
I'm
to
talking
do.
to the moth. And he
Parcel
comes
time.
out and he says, "That's not what I know."
Hey.
Hey! And then I take the book, I plop it up here, and I'm like, you've got 1,000,001 questions, but first you might want to take a look.
He starts flipping through the pages. It's gibberish.
With a 37 diplomacy, Merrick says, "It is not gibberish. I expect more of you, Marcotte." Basically, like a tough love response.
You are aware I can tear up your library cards.
Yes, but I'm trying to stop things from spreading the world, and you're about the smartest dwarf I know. And no one can figure out this book. Now I'm popping him up. We all think him up.
I ask him, do you speak chat?
No.
God.
Okay, this might take a while. And then I go in detail explaining everything that we heard.
Do we include time travel versions of ourselves?
No.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so hit the high points for me.
Okay, so we are talking about the fact that the comet has struck the planet The fact that it was adamantine and therefore divination is impossible. The fact that that has led us to believe through some secret sources that it is a Tarask.
It's not impossible because it's adamant. It's impossible because those pieces were enchanted by higher than 9th level magic with like non-detection,
Fair, so it's not like
anchor
lead.
stuff.
Yeah. All right, so I go into that. I say, yes, it sounds like a fairy tale, but it's not who you're going to trust except for folks like us.
That was a great Ghostbusters spell. I like that. As he's hitting those high points, like, oh, it's this. Mark, in the pause between, all right, you go, I'm just like citing sources. Like, I'm just in my like format guys, like, this is how we know that. This is how we know that.
And then I go, we need epic weapons or accounts of epic weapons. We need Vorpal blades or accounts of Vorpal blades. We need Krakens or accounts of Krakens. We need bracers or accounts of bracers. And we need a running like a yellow pages, or I guess a white pages of all Mercury dragons in the area.
He says named Mercury dragons.
Yeah. Any names of Mercury dragons?
As I have explained to you in the past, I am not in the market of selling information about dragons.
Yeah.
I do not want to get myself involved in this. Because I am not one who wants to involve myself in affairs of that level, if possible.
Mm-hmm.
That segues into the rest of your questions, as I am not one who... You realize I am purveyor of books in a library in one of the smaller cities of Avatar.
You telling me you're like level 4 right now?
Yeah, we surpassed Mark.
I am saying that coming by information such as legendary weapons, Vorpal swords, I've heard tales of the Tarask, but until you show up and tell me Duskbringer Comet brings Armageddon engine creature to Alador, it was only fairy tale story to me.
Do you believe us?
I felt the ground shake. I saw the sky burn.
Do you trust us to keep you safe? Largo says with a power stance.
Not particularly.
Cast small pillar of Moses.
Fair. Fair.
We got a guy for all the books.
Yeah.
We know a guy who's a researcher and a historian.
Wait, okay, you're losing me.
What if we pair up Marcotte and our ghost dragon friend?
Black dragon.
We get them just passively researching. Like, here's the book, go research.
Not the black dragon, the one that is in.
Oh, the ghost dragon in the.
Yeah.
I can't remember its name off the top of my head. It's not Mithril. Is it Mithril Tome?
The Mithril Tome, yeah.
That's his.
Eldridor Githera. Eldridar Githera.
Go.
The Mithril Tome.
Yeah, is it?
That's written on my character sheet right now.
Hell yeah.
Yes. I'm going to roll another diplomacy that is not. Ooh, well, that's so 32 diplomacy to try to convince Marcotte to go on a research journey with this dragon and also meet this dragon.
Meeting of the minds.
Do you want to go to an ancient half-orc city that has untold lost information, talk with an immortal historian, and maybe together you two would provide us with some resource?
Yeah.
He's getting information no one has. The dragon is getting a book.
We're just blowing this like level 5 scholar's brain right now. He's like, please leave.
Yeah, we're like, no, come with us.
Please leave my place now. Please leave my store. I must go underground.
It was cool underground. I must leave.
I'm so scared.
31
It's a good
diplomacy
idea.
for me.
It's a great idea.
I feel like they'd be like an odd couple.
Yeah. Oscar and Felix.
Yeah, he knows stuff. This guy knows stuff.
How do we we can infuse the spirit of the dragon because Markot's library is not there. You know, like how do we really get them working together? How can we facilitate communication? I can take Markot there, but like then he's just going to be there,
He needs
not
to
with
want to
books.
go.
If Marco wants to go, then I think we introduce him to the dragon.
Okay.
Eldredar,
Goes.
Gaethelian.
Close.
Pretty fucking close. I'm very proud of us for remembering the names.
Markot's like, so I tell you on numerous occasions, not interested in getting involved in the affairs of dragons. But you figure if you add undead to the equation, that makes it more interesting to me.
For very much, perhaps, yes.
Yeah.
But if you're saying no, then we will bid you adieu. And
This is a dragon that cannot leave where it lives, and it has information.
Knowing what you're telling me, I have affairs to get in order and a secluded space to find somewhere far away from civilization.
Yeah.
We have, funny you mentioned that,
a place you
a place that was previously used to store large amounts of information safely away from people.
There just happens to be an undead, very nice, historically inclined dragon there.
I don't tell him that he used to be the Lair of the Black Dragon, but I tell him, like, it's this huge dome, it's stone, there's no in or out, except for these teleporter paths. We can show you how to use them.
He's just like,
you put all your books in there, you're good.
Get out of here.
I mean, it seems like
We have the exact thing he needs.
he's got the thing, the knowledge bunker.
Right, that location that is in direct path of the Tarask should it come up through Cass.
But it's not a civilization. It's dead. It's a dead civilization.
Yeah.
Trash. Good smell go for you.
I mean, I can find
Smells
smells.
like books.
And it's picture like Markot just like, oh.
As tempting as all of that sounds, at best, I will think on it.
Okay,
That's
all we can do.
Yeah.
Totally.
But
that's fair.
I know I have a long neck, but I am not one to stick it out for. I don't know the city very well.
Yeah, I gotcha. I said, I go, if you need anything, you contact us, Cordesi Estate. We're with you. Thank you for all the help over the past year and a half.
Yeah.
I will look into my personal stacks, and if I find anything relating to Tarask legendary weapons, anything that might be of pertinent use for your eminent adventures, I will send notice to Cordesi Estate.
Wonderful.
Cool.
Well, that worked out okay.
I got very excited about that idea. I think that was a good first step.
Yeah.
It's like a crossover episode.
It's like, yes, when you guys were level 4, this guy had a crazy value of knowledge and esoteric. Now you're level 16. It's like, listen.
Yeah. And now we're like, do you want to go to a dragon temple?
We'll take you there right now.
Yeah, it's like a cat's
Just
skin
walk
song.
through this hole I ripped in space.
No, it's cool. You can bring your books. Do you want to talk to the king of the Antelon Empire?
Sure, I think that Yanni is in the best position to be able to do that.
I think Yanni is fucking Uhtred of the
Yeah.
guys, because the king of the Antelon Empire fucking loves Uhtred.
But I will bring them there if necessary.
Do you want to go back to the court where it's cool to beat the shit out of people, apparently?
I mean,
I enjoy this place.
you're gonna have to behead some people, dude. You could behead a noble.
Oh yeah.
Can I?
Look, if all civilization's falling apart.
Got a rogue dupe.
Bring Sir Marcus out.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Dan, can I teleport Uhtred to myself there, or is that Wandy stick thing only good to get me back to the Nokiri?
No, I'll get you there.
Okay. It's now Yanni's taxi service, Uhtred.
Yeah.
Heyo.
Do it.
Okay, yeah. Let's teleport to
To your
the king.
home.
Do I need to roll some dice, Dan?
No, not for this.
Sweet. Okay.
The magic stick.
Hold my hand, Uhtred.
No.
Okay. Anyways, I make a portal and we walk through it. You don't have to hold my hand.
You go through the portal. You arrive in Entelbin. You go to the castle. Request an audience with the king. You have an audience with the king. The two advisors, the priest Delic and the priest of Payana, are there with him, and he asks what he can do for you.
Yeah, so I guess specifically we're looking for any sort of leads on Krakens or epic weapons.
Strong warriors willing to fight me.
Yeah, you should fight people while you're there.
The king says, after your last display, I can guarantee you no one in this city wishes to fight you, Uhtred.
Fair.
Fight the city.
As far as the weapons and he says the only weapon of legend I'm aware of is the sword of Atalon. The belonged to one of my ancestors, Antilles the Great, who conquered Antolon and established the kingdom. But correct me if I'm wrong, but nobody in your group is really much for a longsword.
I think that is correct, yeah.
But the metal.
We can't just break a legendary sword to make it work for a one hand.
Could we shrink it and make it into a knife?
Yeah.
I mean, could that work?
Not really.
I guess I would ask him about the Toramor Islands, if he could like substantiate claims of a Kraken in the nearby area of those islands.
They're technically sort of international waters, but they're far closer to Nokiri than they are to Antolon. If the Empress says, or her people say, that there were sightings, they're probably more reliable information than anything I can give you. I mean, you're like, Penteros is pretty much equidistant from Nokiri Empire and the capital of Antolon in the exact opposite direction.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't have mentioned. Yeah,
I don't really know of anything else to ask, Uhtred. Do you have any questions?
For his granddaughter's death.
Don't, I mean, I guess Uhtred would kind of still, is anyone giving you any scuff? Is there any problems we need to take care of while we're here? Any guys need a little roughing up?
People who are difficult for him to behead.
I can't. I don't know.
Honestly, Uhtred, your cleave, I think, is best served in this creature to the south. I wouldn't want to hold you back from addressing that immediate concern.
Sounds good.
I guess one last question. Does the name Reginald Coin Splitter mean any? Spinner? Does the name Reginald Coin Spinner mean anything to you?
And Yanni says it exactly like that.
Oh yeah, I massacred the name like 6 times.
Give me a sense motive.
Ronald Coins.
Ooh, natural 19. 43.
So the king and the priestess of Payana seem genuinely, unaware or no reaction to this name. The priest of Delic, Jephram, is very, very capably hiding a reaction to that name.
What is that reaction?
That he has a reaction. He's trying to play it off just like the other two. Oh, I have no idea who that is. Never heard of it.
As a reaction to the Yanni attack.
I just then I'll just say we don't want to take up any more of your time.
Yeah.
Jephram, if I could speak to you on another matter privately, Bort had some questions about the church, and I am bluffing. He's more than welcome to try to see through that. I just want to talk to him privately about this.
Okay. Give me a bluff check.
Here we go. I rolled a 17, so it's a 15.
Largo and I did drink Tierce wine before we went to Marcont's. Do we? No, I'm not gonna count. All right, cool.
Jephram says, sure, let's go to one of the conference rooms and we'll speak on the matter of Bort's questions about the church.
Okay.
So
yeah, whenever we get, to Uhtred, are you coming with us or are you gonna do other stuff?
No, I'll be with you. I ain't got nothing else.
Okay. So yeah, when we're private, I would just
teleport back home. No one fight me.
I would just say I would appreciate some candor. What do you know about Reginald? I want to make sure he's someone that isn't going to get us killed. All of our Trask information came from him.
He is. There are very few who know who he is in the church, but he is immensely powerful within the church and has been for centuries. I assume if he came to you with this knowledge, you know exactly what he is the way I know exactly what he is.
Yes.
His ambition has carried him far, and he does have the favor of Delic.
Hold it.
I mean, it's not a contest.
It's exactly the whole thing is that it's a contest.
He mentioned his original plan was to harness the power of the Tarask. He claims that can't be done now. Do you think it is within his power to take that, or is this beyond your knowledge of him?
If he's asking a group like yours to go and destroy the Tarask, he's probably genuinely concerned about the danger it presents. From my understanding, you are a chaotic band of mercenaries that are nigh uncontrollable.
I like one of those three things.
It's an accurate description.
They were a band.
If he knows of your reputation the way I know of your reputation, and honestly, I would expect he'd know better than myself, then he does not pretend to believe that he can control you to bend him to his will against your own. It's hard to plan against an enemy's doctrine when their doctrine is insanity.
You know, you gotta keep them guessing. I don't really think I have anything else for Mr. Jeffram.
Okay.
No,
so
I thank him for his time.
I'm glad you guys all checked out because he definitely already touched us all.
What if we just defeat the Draska and lie to him and come back bloody and like, who should be it? You gotta get out of here. And then just teleport.
It didn't work. You run. And then just troll
Dude, centuries to figure it out.
Run. And you come back like Largo's playing dead. You're like carrying him. It didn't work. You gotta get out of here.
Like a Raggedy Andy just by the arm. Dead. Yes.
Definitely won't be able to pull out another 45 cents.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. That'd be a good thing.
Pretty good.
That would be nice.
So yeah, he basically says, yeah, no, the dude's legit.
Okay.
And if he's coming to you for help, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole world's in bad shape.
Just got hit by a giant rock from space, yeah.
Yep. Okay, Uhtred, do you have any final wisdoms before we leave Mr. Jefframs?
Nope.
We don't. We would take our leave.
It's like, if you do anything bad, I will kill you.
Are you a challenging fight for me?
Were you for me to be? It just goes around asking people that. You think you would be hard for me to kill? They're like, yeah, let's try it. Oh shit, goddamn. That was too easy. Mira!
Yeah, so yeah. Just sign this release form.
Just picturing every person Uhtred goes up. You want to fight? No. Yeah, I wouldn't want to fight me either. Too bad. We're fighting.
We could do a thing. We could post a tournament.
A tournament, yeah. Uhtred versus
God.
All
so
comers in
awesome.
Penteros at the Cordessius State.
This would be a
Be there,
very
P
inappropriate
squared.
time to do that.
I mean, no, it would be the perfect time.
Because he needs to be Vorpal. Yeah. Who's gonna run the ticketing?
The tournament shall decide.
If we give him, Uhtred gets like a first round bye. So like probably like the third or the fourth round, he might be like fighting someone kind of in his ballpark.
I wouldn't be
We could do it
bad.
at the Great Cleave.
Now we're talking.
You know, like a huge part of what you're learning in this time is that you guys are well above just like everybody you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just hold a tournament. Get some randos. Sure, there'll be a challenge for
We
you.
don't know randos, so maybe they're a thousand.
We need to go find like the most powerful Hydra in the land and just let him like decapitate 8 heads.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Some hill giants.
That's great.
With the information we have now,
Mhm.
I still would like to talk to sweet Mithril Tone.
Yeah, we gotta.
But other than that, I think our next move should be to go to the Tory-Moor Islands
Yeah.
and go Kraken hunting.
But I do send to, and I know we're kind of using up spell slots. Maybe this is the next day.
I mean, this is, some of this is taking more than one day.
I haven't been marking it down. But I send to Eldredor Gilthara, the mythical tome, and I say, what knoweth you of the Armageddon engine?
Yours truly, your dearest Largo.
Society that collapsed in an apocalypse.
Yeah, so
Because Santa Claus has come to town. And this time it's personal.
Christmas is kids.
he says that he's heard the legends,
Okay.
giant beasts that can destroy civilizations.
I respond with another sending spell. It's here now. Can we come and see you? Question mark. Largo.
He says, I suppose every legend has some aspect of truth. I don't know anything of great detail about the Tarrasque.
I don't think it's worth our time.
I mean, you talked to this guy. He died a couple hundred years ago.
Yeah.
I just want to find someone to read this book. Does he want? We can drop off the book. Does he want a book?
Let's just go there.
Yeah, I think we just go there and we're like, hey, are you interested in reading this?
Yeah. Would you like to read?
We can do all this. It doesn't have to be played out.
Um,
Because he's a historian that's studying like a society that collapsed. So I just wonder if he has any insights.
And then I assure him it is not gibberish.
he takes a look at it. He can read some of the language, but not all of them. And he says it, it does look like some sort of a coded book of some sort. It's beyond him. Even Yalagare came to power and crumbled in this period that the Tarrasque was not active.
Okay.
Right.
And that's what he was studying. All this said, you have 16 points in linguistics.
Yeah, no, I know. I wanted to, again, passive. It's all about passive income, Dan. I want to see if anyone else, an NPC, wanted to do this. I just added the book to my inventory. All right, we'll do this now.
Okay. Yeah. You guys are in the realm of like you are the best available.
Yeah.
We just want to have friends, though.
We are peerless.
Cool. I thank him for his time, and I ask him, or I say, we have a lot on our plate. If the world doesn't end, do you want me to bring you a book?
I would always appreciate more knowledge.
Okay.
Cool.
Then teleport away.
Hopefully the world doesn't end. Let's get out.
Cool. Yeah, and then I'll start reading this book in my free time and casting spells so I can read all the languages and starting to like parse the code and break it down.
It's in Dwarven, Elven, Sylvan, Celestial, and Abyssal.
I can help you with the Sylvan.
I'm sure he already knows Sylvan.
Well,
Are any of those languages you don't know?
I might not know Abyssal. No, I don't know Abyssal. And I think that's what underwater things speak?
No.
No?
Demons.
Do you have Targarin on there?
No, I have Common, Dwarven, Auran, Aquan, Draconic, Elven, Celestial, Orcish, Drow, Durgar, Undercommon, Gnome, and Terran.
Okay.
I think Gnome is Sylvan?
Yeah, Gnome and Sylvan is.
Okay.
No, Abyssal is like, Infernal. It's the Targarin is the overarching language, and Abyssal and Infernal are sub dialects.
Yeah, I don't think I have any opportunity to learn Abyssal. I haven't hung out with demons. You have a demon friend.
My sword.
Oh, okay.
Technically a devil.
My sword.
Sure. Yeah, a devil friend.
Dulane.
I think I need to talk to Bort's sword.
Yeah,
Dude,
the only
that's
thing
stupid.
is, the only way to talk to it is to be in physical contact with it, and doing so imparts negative levels on you.
Can Largo dominate Bort to understand what the sword is saying to Bort, and then Largo relay that to me like a radio?
I'll say that you guys, brainstorm this a little bit, and you realize that Largo can telepathically bond the sword to your telepathic
Oh,
bond.
but then I have to be in there.
And I'm in there. Telepathically.
I don't know if you have to be part of
Oh
the
yeah, you
bond.
can have you can DM. You can
You
can do that
setting up
with
a channel.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
In downtime minutes,
You can
Largo
whisper.
and Bort, I'm like, Bort, I need to talk to your sword?
Dulane.
And then, yeah, we do the brainstorming. You figure out we can connect it. I'm like, I
Hard
just
chat.
need to talk to it long enough to learn its language.
Okay.
Which was like a day? Is that what you're saying?
8 hours.
I talked to my sword.
Okay.
Dulane, I have a friend. Don't get jealous. He's an incredibly good friend. And you need to teach him your language. And I want to just, let you know that it's going to be okay. I'm here for you. And you can't kill him. He's my friend.
Who is this?
Mirak, Slatebelt, or
Dawnhammer.
Dawnhammer now. Nay, Dawnhammer.
Yeah, it's my maid from a sleep belt.
He's, pretty nice guy. He's like,
Sure.
dwarf.
I'd be happy to speak to Mr. Dawnhammer.
Cool. I mean, don't let the name fool you, all right? He murders hell of fools. Super down.
Murders. Hello. This thing's just like, oh my god.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like if the movie Aladdin, like the personality of Aladdin was the genie, and the personality of Aladdin was Robin Williams.
Mhm.
The genie.
And then
Oh
the
my God.
sword is Iago.
Yeah. It goes from you like ruining the life of 2 orcs to you ruining the life of a devil.
Devil trapped on my person.
Yeah.
I can't leave. It's here with me.
Oh my God.
What new hell is this, you ask? Okay, so Dulane, I know you're like in a sword right now. I'm gonna use the tip of the sword like an antenna and just kind of point you over the direction here. We're all just gonna have a nice chat.
If I hear you say that, I think, you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't need to.
Don't worry, I'm gonna do it.
It's called brandishing.
You're gonna do it for 8 hours?
Yeah, I'm gonna brandish.
Right. Give me a will save for Bort. I cannot see Bort being like,
I mean,
8 hours.
I'm brandishing, flourishing. It's not great. 12.
Bort is the reason we have.
It's
I feel like you're like, yeah.
Bort is the evil that other evils run from.
Yeah.
He's so evil that other evils.
I'm
run
not
from.
that evil.
I'm
I'm a
you're like
banal
you're like a
evil.
kind of evil that other evils are like, get the fuck away.
Oh,
I feel like, you get into this for about 15 minutes and then you're like, you know what? I'm just going to run over to Houndson's real quick. I'll be right back. And you're gone for that.
Yeah, we're bonded. The first thing I say is, do not respond. Do not talk to anyone except for Mirak. Please, Dulane. Largo says this. Oh, it's just me, you, and the sword,
And me.
and Bort. And I'm just
I'm a
asking
person.
Dulane. I don't want to hear
you do
Dulane's
have to be
voice.
part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Largo
Okay.
does have to be.
Okay.
So Largo's just gonna fucking sit there being like, knowing that it's a devil, and you're just like, and that is the past participle.
How many
And I'm just like,
grammatical cases?
oh my gosh.
666 grammatical cases. I don't need to talk to them about the language. I just need to talk to them for like 8 hours. About 8 hours.
So yeah, he you engage the telepathic bond.
Mm-hmm.
Delane contacts you telepathically and says, the board said you'd like to speak with me. I'm intrigued.
I respond back, I'm glad you were intrigued, Elaine. I think you'll find that I am significantly less verbose than Bort. What would you like to talk about?
I'm listening.
That's fine.
Says Bort.
I mean, is it wrong?
He says, I'd like to talk about what this is worth to you.
Here you go, Delane. Now we're talking. What it's worth to us.
Bort's just like at the bar.
I'm just like, oh no.
It's worth everything to me, Delane. I'm currently working on translating some stuff here, and frankly, your language is the key.
It does sound important.
Yeah.
You realize that I work directly in service of Delic, right?
I would have guessed, yeah, if you're attached to Bort's hip.
Well, that his recent conversion is a bit of kismet.
Oh, okay. Go on.
But yes, no, I've been in service to Delic a very, very long time.
Is that how you ended up in that tree?
Well, it's one of many jobs that I've taken on. I enjoy visiting the prime material plane every chance I get.
Yep. It's great. You know, I'm from here.
Fascinating.
Well, it is. Well, I mean, I'm happy to talk to you. We can shoot the shit. You can tell me about who you are. I can tell you about who I am. You can tell me what you want, because I imagine you don't want to be in the sword forever, and you probably know that I don't want you to super get out of the sword ever.
Hey, that's my sword you're talking about.
That's your sword I'm talking to.
Touche.
That really works well in the rapier.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't mind. I'll be in the sword as long as it is as long as I am. That's neither here nor there for me.
Okay. Do you experience time differently when you're within an object like the sword?
I experience time.
Right
Yeah. Oh.
I experience time differently because I've been around since very near the beginning of it.
Ooh. Devil. Then you might be able to help us with some questions, because we're working with a problem that frankly predates a lot of the people we normally go to for information. But it is related to our plane, so I don't know if you give a rat's ass.
You want my help. You understand my nature. What's it worth to you?
I don't see any point in bluffing you. It's worth all of Al-Jadar.
Al-Dajor.
Al-Dajor, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I go to hell, that's what I'll do.
Bork, can you do me a favor or two?
Are you asking?
Is this Dan or a D?
Is this Dulaine?
Yeah, it's Dulaine.
Yeah, Dulaine. What kind of favors are we talking about?
I'd like a piece of paper,
Go on.
Oh,
an inkwell,
Okay.
and I need you to use Mage Hand for a little bit.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't get rid of that one.
He doesn't know what you're talking about.
He doesn't. I'm at the bar. Sitting in my usual booth. I beckon to one of the new servers, and I say,
He says, I need you to come back to the Cordessi estate.
"Oh, okay,
Actually be-
all right, okay, yeah, sure. Let's do it. Mage Scribe. I mosey on back to the Cordessi estate, and
Okay.
yeah.
So, to kind of
Mhm.
get through this,
Yeah.
he asked you to use Mage Hand to hold him up, and he's just going to kind of influence the motion of the rapier.
Like Ghost Rider.
Yeah, basically dipping the point of it in the inkwell, and he writes out a contract. And then he asks Mirok for his hand
Blood contract.
and wants to poke you with the tip of the rapier, and then you have to, just blot your blood on the
This is a literal deal
on the
with the devil.
contract line.
I read it before I do that.
Yeah, the contract says there is a man who is in Tarnholm right now.
Mhm.
His name is Alec Tanner.
Oh.
He has cancer.
Oh.
Do not heal him.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my God, is he part of the Latter-day Slates?
Yeah, it's gonna be some guy. I gotta heal. Okay. The contract says do not heal him.
Do not heal him.
I'm just thinking through various scenarios. Okay, I think I would sign that.
Just so you are aware, I wouldn't normally share with everyone. But if you do, you will be under a greater curse. And if you choose to remove that greater curse, there will be individuals in service of Delic sent to exact their pound of flesh. And I'm going to say what? You're around 140, 150 pounds. That's about how many pounds they're going to exact.
Mhm.
This isn't going to be something you're going to be able to heal from.
Mhm.
This is a binding contract.
Is this an abyssal?
It's all on this.
Yeah, it's all in abyssal.
Well, no, he's speaking in common because you have to understand this shit.
But I mean, how else am I learning abyssal if not him talking to me in abyssal, right? I've been assuming we've been talking abyssal the whole time.
No, this has been like 15, 20 minutes of talking in common, getting, because you want to talk in abyssal, and he's not giving you what you want until he gets what he wants.
And we want to.
So Largo's hearing this and,
Yes.
and is like a thread away from terminating the telepathic bond. Because you're considering, I will communicate that with you, but not in the telepathic bond. I will come find you and I'll be like,
Oh, well, I'm gonna place that like, don't do that. Remember earlier when you got your tidy whities in a bunch and then now you can do better spells good? I know. You're good, but you're good in an erratic way. I'm more even keeled. You gotta trust me with this one. I'm making a deal with the devil that I will not kill a man of Kansas. That
Pretty
is-
cool sword, huh?
That's the
Yeah.
deal that I'm making with the devil.
You're my friend. If you don't want me to end the fucking thing, I won't. But like, think about what you're doing.
Yes. Yeah. I'm doing it to take a remedial class in Abyssal.
Fucking damn it.
Yeah, Mirak agrees, reads it over the terms, says that's great. And then, yeah, he blots his blood on the contract.
Okay. You blot your blood on the contract, the piece of paper rolls itself up and then kind of like folds into another space. Just like a momentary puff of gold glitter appears and evaporates before it hits the table. That contract is gone.
Cool.
And then you hear and as you do this, like in that telepathic, you're not just hearing the words, you're seeing the script appear like subtitles under the.
This is Abyssal?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I'm seeing this too, right?
Well, he's speaking in the root Tartarin.
Tartarin, okay. So that would be like knowing,
Old Norse.
like, well, no, I'm thinking like languages I already know. Like, that's like knowing Undercommon, but not knowing Durger? Or
Yeah.
not knowing, okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, Durgar's
It's like, I'm knowing like.
It's like it's knowing Dwarven, but not knowing the ins and outs of the Orcish dialect or the Durgar dialect.
Okay, cool. Tartarin.
You can speak Farsi. You're still a little bit lost in Dari.
I mean, I assume
Is
Boris
that a
getting this too.
person? No, did not.
Right, but he's got points in linguistics to spend. You're picking up the curse words because that's where your brain goes. So you learn you learn how to say fucking cunt in Tartar.
I can teach you, I'll just take a lot longer.
I'm gonna add fucking cunt and Targaryen.
Cool. Okay,
I will figure that out. I have ideas. I like Tanner.
Kitchen Targaryen. That's what we're calling it.
there is a man.
Hell's Kitchen Targaryen.
There is a man named Alan Tanner.
It's a new day for orcs and dwarves and devils. That's all I have to do.
Don't heal him. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Lorna's just like having shoved cotton in his ears, even though it does no good, like practicing interpretive dance to Nelly.
So as you are
Somebody's gonna
wrapping
get
up this conversation, and you like it's finally you've gone through the 13th warrior montage, and
so good.
and Dulane's words have gone from this dark growling gibberish now to understandable to you as Dwarven is. You are wrapping that up in the Cordessi estate, I assume, and at the kitchen table.
Talking to a demon sword in the bar. A demon sword.
Hell yeah.
And there is a knock on the front door.
Knock, knock. Open up the door. It's real. Non-stop. Pop, pop of Yark opens the door.
Okay. Standing at the door, there is a humanoid figure wearing a plain brown hooded cloak. Mirak, you see looking at this guy right away that he's not really registering on your life sense.
Oh, no.
you're close enough that you can kind of make out some features. His face seems to be made out of this bluish metal stone kind of thing. And like all this in rapid succession. Like, this guy's not alive. This guy seems to be a construct. This guy's an inevitable. This guy's Crovidrix.
Chromadrix?
Crovidrix. Last time you saw him, he was 20 feet tall. He had 6 arms, and his bottom half was a gyroscope.
Whoa. It's the dude from the South Pole. It's that.
It's the inevitable from the South Pole.
It's the Luxra.
It's Luxra.
So, but I didn't see he has like a
He
ball.
now looks to be about 6 feet tall and humanoid.
I mean, he violated his own principle. There had to be some sort of consequence to that.
I look at him in the eyes and I recognize if I was in danger, I would probably already know it by now. So I step to open up the door and I say, please come in.
He nods his head, he walks in, he turns to you and says, I am outside of my time. I do not wish to cause any more ripples than I have already caused. You and your compatriots know of my existence. I'm just going to stay here until my time comes back around.
We have another roommate buddy.
Yeah.
Brick's gonna be interested in this guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Okay. I might have a better place.
He says, do not inform anyone of my presence.
He says that to me. Has anyone else seen him at this point?
Borg has.
I mean, it's like,
Okay.
We're in the kitchen.
I
I offer him oatmeal, and then when I notice he's a construct, I offer him both meal.
Jesus Christ.
he just looks at you as, I do not require food.
I ask his name, and he tells me it's Crovidrix. I tell him I would like to see things put back in order as well. This might not be the best place for you to stay until your time, which I don't know when it is. When is your time?
I left a time that was in the future from now. Any more information might change things.
Okay.
In your basement, there is a clockwork workshop. I will just stay there.
We have a lovely basement.
Yeah, that's a good place. Okay.
Brick will love you.
No.
Yes.
I show him to the clockwork room and I ask him, do you want to never leave here?
I have no need to.
Okay. Once he goes in, Miar stone shakes the shit out of that.
No.
We can go in where we want to go in, but I'm not leaving him alone with Brick.
Hey, Brick's cool, man.
No, he's fucking not.
Brick is cool. He made this sword for me, dude.
Yeah.
I just taught you how to speak devil.
Yeah.
Give Brick a little credit.
At the cost of a guy named Alec.
Okay, listen.
No. I stone shake him right in there. Yeah. No discussion.
All right. Understandable.
That room was. I was thinking of taking him to.
Crovidrix is like, eventually this is your fault.
What is eventually my fault?
You're the one that came back in time and fucked everything up.
Oh, at a certain point, yeah, for sure. But then doesn't that kind of make it the Tarrasque's fault?
Isn't it all of our faults?
So then we take it further back.
No.
There's enough blame to go around.
Yeah, like I didn't choose this. It's a historical dialect.
Yeah. Now, if Brick tried to ask him a bunch of questions, he's talking to a wall.
A brick wall.
Yeah, then I just want to like remove variables. I was thinking of putting him in the lead-lined room in Tarnholm, because then no one could, even if someone had an inkling that this thing was here, they couldn't find it. That's why I was saying like there's a better place, but Clockwork Place makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, no. I'm just wrapping up loose ends on the DM side.
I just imagine that guy was
They're only allowed to
freezing
time
over.
travel once. And so now he's stuck here.
Just hundreds or thousands of years in the future, he just comes out of a basement. Oh, would you guys move in? I love what you do with the place.
It's like 10 years in the future.
It's really, or like, yeah, it's not far at all. It's kind of a dick move, like I just done shit in here.
Could have been a house.
Yeah, no, he can plane shift and teleport and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that room was hidden to begin with, so. Cool.
Damn.
I made a deal with it.
All right, now that you have a CR-25 time traveling planer just hanging out in your basement, seems like a good place to end the session.
Trapped in the basement.
He's back.
He's not trapped.
He's not trapped.
I can trap it. He's more powerful than me.
Yeah, there's no trapping this.
Maybe, maybe he'll become our friend. We just were lamenting the lack of powerful friends.
I don't think he has friends.
How could a learn to love?